Welcome to Fut-Afrique. Bienvenue à Fut-Afrique and present Game On. That's what we do. If you are here, you are spinning with us. It is Africa Cup of Nations. It is the moment that we have been waiting for. You know what this moment is? All the young boys are home, preparing to catch their flight or watching the game on TV, thinking what could have been, what should have been, what they should have done. Only men are left behind. And today is the beginning of those men to face each other. We would like to thank you for watching SABC on Saturday. You watch Fut-Afrique, beautiful show, and Game On. Don't forget every Saturday, Game On and Fut-Afrique on SABC1. But at the moment, it is all about Africa Cup of Nations. I am Christophe Bongo, and on my left-hand side, I've got a gentleman who is still crying because Nigeria just managed to get there. They move on from the standard of super chicken back to the super ego. In the far left, it is a man who does not need introduction if you're watching from Uganda, Kenya, or Tanzania. Abarikani, Jambo Yako. Timothée Bata-Baire, former captain of the Crane. Yes, they did not make it to the African Cup of Nations. They tried so hard, but it did not happen. But today, Timothée is here to tell us how the change room, the captains are looking after their players. Because now it's not about managing the tournaments, this is managing the game. And my friend here will tell me from his side, because if there is a team he would not like to meet, it is Cameroon. So does he want Cameroon to go away? My friend.
Yo, Chris, that has to be the intro of the year. You know, I was waiting for the super chicken thing. Let me tell you, today we're going to show the continent how to play football. Nigeria is going to deal with Cameroon today. I'm here in green. I have my heart monitor somewhere. All the ambulance wait outside because we're going to be streaming and enjoying this game today. I'm so excited.
Excited?
Yes.
Timothée, it is almost 1 hour and 30 minutes before the kickoff. We haven't seen the lineup yet. Probably you at home already saw the lineup. We have not seen the official one. As a captain, what is going into your vein at the moment?
You know, you would think that the weather is very hot in Ivory Coast alone. Yeah. But at this moment in time, there's a reason why we have got water before us. Because somebody in green is really sweating, you know, to the end. I know, you know, as a captain, you know, you have got a responsibility. One is to make sure that your teammates are ready for the game. But again, you should not forget about yourself, because you also have a role to play on the field of play. Yeah. So you need to prepare yourself and then assist those who are struggling in that moment of, you know, the jittery moment of, you know, that period, those few hours before you get onto the pitch, not only for the warm-up, but even for the real game. At that moment in time, you need to get your fellow players to take it out of their mind, just to focus on what they can do at that particular moment in time. Get a feel of the touch, the first touch in the game gives you at least the momentum of how you're going to handle yourself in the game.
I don't know the role of the captain now. I mean, I played football before you. What time do you speak to players, your teammates? Do you speak to them after the coach has spoken or before the coach has spoken, or you speak to them during breakfast or lunch or individually? How do you deal with players in today's football?
Look, a captain is the extension of the coach and the link between the administrators and the rest of the players. You need to communicate the needs of the players to not only the coach but also to the administrators when it comes to bonuses, how they are feeling.
No, this Afghan
Was it sorted?
No.
Was it sorted?
That's why we have so many goals because there are no bonuses.
Yes, good to know that. I think that is a bonus for us as African on this tournament, that we don't have any issues concerning bonuses. That is very plus to that. But again, you are the link, you know, between.
But when do you speak to your teammates?
Every time is key. There are players who are not outspoken. They are quiet. So you reach out to them to try and trigger and find out what is their thought about the game. Are they thinking about the game, or they are nervous and everything like that? So you take full responsibility and try to feel. So it's very important as a commentator to have an idea of how each and every player reacts in various moments. Yeah.
And you know, Adelani, you write a lot of articles, and you are a journalist by trade. I call you and say, hey, Adelani, I want you to write a story about this game. What will be the story?
The story will be the history, the rivalry. The story would be, you know, the rivalry between the two nations, especially on the football pitch. The rivalry dates back to 1962.
Talk to me.
Now,
talk to me.
Cameroon, the fact that they've beaten Nigeria in 3 finals. They've beaten them in the 1980 final.
Yeah.
They've beaten them in the 1988 final.
Yeah.
They've beaten them in the 2000 final.
Oh my God.
But Adlan, as a Nigerian, how do you keep objectivity in this moment in time when you are reporting about such an important game of Nigeria versus Cameroon, and you are Nigerian? How do you keep neutrality and give us the right reporting about this game?
Let me tell you, African football is all about just enjoying the moment.
The moment.
You know, and you know, the year 2000, I was born by then. I can't tell you that I remember what happened in the 1980 final. But that game, you know, it was a game where Cameroon had Samuel Eto'o, the Injitaps of this world.
The Patrick Mbomas.
They had the Patrick Mboma used to give us heart attacks in Nigeria.
Today's captain was, today's coaching was
Rigobert Songo.
And you know, these players used to drive fear into everyone's hearts. In the year 2000, they used to wear tight jerseys, the big arms,
in the right side encampment.
Oh, beautiful. And Nigeria had Kanu.
Oh.
The
magicians.
And that game was played in Lagos.
Yeah.
By halftime, it was 2-0 to Cameroon. The whole city was quiet.
That's the only time you get Nigerians to be quiet, right?
Listen, Nigeria, they used to power cuts, power failures.
The year 2000, the city got quiet.
The city got quiet. Everyone couldn't believe it. By halftime, it was 2-0 to Cameroon. And then JJ Okocha, you know, he's played against JJ Okocha, and he says, for him, he feels JJ Okocha isn't a team player. But in that moment, we didn't need him to be a team player. He single-handedly got Nigeria back in the game. Julius Agahowa was another player that was really carrying the team on his back. And JJ Okocha got angry in the second half. He was dribbling people like no one. And you could see the anger in his face. His equalizing goal, he nearly tore the net with that goal. But then penalty shootouts happened. And Kanu Wanko stepped up to take the penalty. And you know, like, if I had to write a story about this fixture, there's so much to write about. The history is so rich. You know, as Nigerians, we have so many memories of playing with Cameroon.
So many bad memories.
No, bad and good, because they've also made us smile at the times they were not at their best. 2004 Nations Cup, Samuel Eto'o opened the scoring in that game. JJ Okocha scoring a beauty of a free kick that David Beckham would have been. There's so many things I can pull out for you that has happened between the two countries. That's why the game today, I want to see the history they're going to write in the history
to be repeated. Well, you are waiting for the main game to start, the game that we are bringing to you. But Namibia is still playing against Angola, 2 Southern Africa derby, 2 red cards in the game, amazing. And the story continues. We still have goals, 3 goals being scored. And at the moment, Angola is leading by 3-0. And if they get the 4th one, there is one Southern African team got a name, 4x4. Maybe that name will be given to Namibia. Do you remember which team it was? That is the question. Before we finish, we'll ask you which team got named 4x4. So, guys, personally for me, African football, it is all about, like you said, about the moment. Our veins have Africa, our blood have a football going around it all the time. And there is nothing comes bigger than African Cup of Nations.
No.
There used to be stories here in South Africa. By the way, it is a full-time. Angola is through to the quarter-final. And the last 18.
Yeah, the last 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not so far.
Yes, it's very good, man.
Yes,
And
and what is important is they're gonna meet the winner between Nigeria and Cameroon.
Before we get this is not the first time Angola is making quarterfinals. They've done it before, but then it was only when we had less teams. But this time around, they have to go through another step.
Yeah.
You remember the time where you qualify from the group stage immediately?
Yes.
But this time they have to prove it. For me personally, Angola was the better team.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Forget the red card, but it was a better team. But the moment you get 2 red cards in the team, the field open up, and average team they become poor immediately. And Namibia, for me, Namibia was an average team. They started the competition with a oomph of unknown. They got a great result, defending it, and that energy pushed them. But the 4 goals that they conceded against South Africa just
look. Sometimes the comments made by the coaches or the leaders, reflect on the players. When you go and make statements like if you get your first victory in AFCON, I think once they got that first victory, it always disseminates on the team. So they progressed well. It's next time to try out, but today's performance against Angola, I think Angola were more ball players. They knew how the mental toughness and ability to hold on to that game. The moment you get a red card, it's important to reassemble as a team. You don't need to attack immediately. So what Angola did was immediately, Namibia got a red card, immediately they increased the intensity to attack, so they got a goal immediately. That was advantageous to Angola.
And don't write off this Angolan team.
no.
They seem to also be dark horses of the tournament with Cape Verde. So don't be shocked if you see a Angola Cape Verde final, for example. It is possible.
You're allowed to dream, it's fine.
So what happens as soon as the goalkeeper, New Blue, got a red card? They bring a new goalkeeper and they took out a midfielder. So they went on playing 4-2-3. So they did not change much.
Yeah.
What you needed to do is to have now an effort being doubled by every single player to come in the middle to make sure.
But look, Chris, in that moment, once you have a goalkeeper coming on, remember he's not warmed up, he's not ready, he has not been in test of the game.
He made a great save.
Yes,
for
but
that set piece.
But that's a quick one. After that, immediately you take action towards him, he's going to struggle.
But you see, the midfield must allow you to do that. You said something very important to say. The difference between the two teams is Angola have ball players.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm quite upset. We had a gentleman, his name is Shoes Wellington. We asked him to come here. He speaks football, but he just chicken out because he does not want to sit next to the gentleman here. So if later on he decide to come in, don't worry that we have 3 people here. So I just want to say
there will be 2 people supporting Nigeria today.
at least. Who else is supporting Nigeria?
I'll get him to support.
So let's just confirm what you said. The winner of the next game will play against Angola.
True.
And regardless of who the winner is, I am telling you now, Angola ran a very good marathon, but it's going to finish. They won't make to the semi-final.
I don't think so, Chris. I think if they face Nigeria, Nigeria sometimes have a bad habit of underestimating
Coming
teams.
from Nigeria, I wouldn't say anything.
You
Underestimating
you
teams.
reminded us that you carried a heart monitor.
Yes,
So,
because I've followed this team for a long time, and I know how complacent the Super Eagles can be at times.
Okay, gentlemen, the lineups are out.
Oh, they're out. Let's see.
Nigeria, starting with Mwabili in the goals, and he plays for, I think,
Cheaper United. That's
in
true.
South Africa PSL.
They are playing with a 3 at the back.
Yes.
This tells you that
Passero believes that's the winning formula. He said so at the press
That tells you
conference.
that you have one player to stay with the main striker, and the two
Yes.
players that can roam around.
Yes.
Because we don't play with libero anymore. So you have Bassi, you have Ekong, and then you have Ajay. There is no change
Ajay,
there.
yes.
In the midfield, I see a name that I don't like very much, but it is there.
Is who?
Sanisu is starting in the
Sanisu,
left-hand
okay.
side. And we have next to him Iyobi.
It will be, yes.
I'm not very hot with him, and
Yes.
Onyeka and Eina is playing in the right. So
Okay.
the English Premier League, basically English Premier League selection, and you see that you have Bedford, you have Nottingham Forest, you have Fulham, and up front, of course, you have Lukman and you have Simon, and strange Osiem. Osina. He is the only player that, for you to see him in this lineup, you have to look very closely. Yes, he's playing.
Yes, so he has to play. He has to play. I mean,
And then we look at the Cameroon side.
yes, let's see.
So this is, for me, this is a coach. And I'm telling you, this decision comes straight from Samuel Eto'o's. Somebody I've seen football being played around.
Yeah.
Somebody who's next to Rigobert Song as his big brother and his captain for a long time. They made what we call in English an executive decision. Onana is not starting.
Oh no. We wanted him to start in Nigeria.
I think Chris might have got you this time round.
I hope Chris is telling us the truth here.
Ondoa is starting the goal for Cameroon.
And that was a big decision for Rigobert Song
promise
before
you.
the game.
And they will live to regret.
Because, you know, the journalists, I have a friend currently in Ivory Coast now, is a fellow journalist. Shout out to Boluwaji Matthews. I spoke to him on the phone yesterday and he's been to both camps. He was telling me that 3 days ago, journalists were allowed around the players, and he happened to ask Rigobert Song about this decision. And Rigobert Song just said to him, well, we will see. He was tight-lipped about it. But then he said, let me tell you, Onana is not starting that game. I didn't believe him when he said that.
I don't think Onana is not starting because he's a bad goalkeeper. I think Onana is not starting is because mental-wise he's not the right place.
I disagree.
I disagree. I think...
And I'll tell you why. When you look at the team of Cameroon with the pedigree and the history, you're looking at the technical team of Cameroon. That decision has got the egoistic tendencies to make a decision against Onana. They want to put Onana in his place to the detriment of the indomitable Lions. If at this moment in time, the executive agreed...
Do you think Onana is better than Ondoa?
Yes, he is.
Excuse me?
Yes, he is. He is. And
I'll
tell you why. For me...
In this AFCON, Ondoa showed that he makes better decisions than Onana.
Yeah, but did Onana start against Senegal?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember.
The game they lost.
but
He let in 3 goals.
No, and I'll tell you why. Being a former player,
Yeah.
there are coaches who will throw you at the deep end. And all what had happened immediately, so they chose Onana to be played in that game. So in that moment in time, they choose games for him so that he has to play himself. It has happened before.
He's supposed to play the first game. His plane arrived in Yamoussoukro, and when he took the flight to Yaoundé, they refused the plane to land. So he needed to go back to Yamoussoukro, drive to Yaoundé. That's why he did not play the first game. He was meant to play the first game.
But Chris, administratively, that's where we now question the likes of Eto'o and the likes of Rigobert Song. You agreed with Manchester United. That's not
the issue. The issue is he did not play the first game.
Yeah.
The reserve goalkeeper comes, play the first game, play better, play
Played
well.
well.
You come as a main goalkeeper. In the second game, you made a boo-boo in a big way.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go to the lineup. Undowa is starting at the back as a goalkeeper. Gonzalez, Wu, and Castelletto, they are starting in the back three. Once again, they are playing exactly the same system as Nigeria. And in the middle, you have Tolo, Aguisa, Cham, and Ngamaleo. They are playing in the midfield of 4, and you have a Kudu, and you have Magri, and you have Ekambi. So, yes, Shoes was asking a question of Vincent Abubakar starting. The answer is no. Vincent is not starting. That is very dangerous for Nigeria for a simple reason. Because of the humidity, not even the weather, the temperature. Temperature is not a big problem, but because of the humidity, if you have a player like Vincent Abubakar coming into the field fresh,
it depends on the timing.
Yes.
No, it's coming when the game is 0-0. Or it's coming when they're leading you 1-0.
And Vincent Abubakar, mind you, he's not match fit. You know, probably.
Well, when we say match fit, which means he cannot give you 90 minutes.
Yeah, he can't. And also the sharpness. It will take time for him to get back into his rhythm. So I'm not scared of Abubakar.
There's what they call the natural touch, the natural feeling of a goal scorer.
My friend, this isn't like riding a bicycle. So you have to be fit.
Let's go back to the game that we were watching earlier on.
Yes.
Angola versus Namibia.
Yes.
Your judgment of the game and the Angola and versus Namibia overall.
Honestly, I feel like Namibia, that result against South Africa hasn't left them mentally, and they went into this game with Angola, you know, feeling like underdogs, playing like underdogs, and the Angolans just took the game to them.
Especially when the red card came up.
Especially when the red card.
Listen, they scored beautiful goals.
Yes.
Look, they were beautiful goals, but you're looking at, this is Kosafa region. 2 teams from Kosafa. They have met before. They have played against each other, so they are familiar with each other. So for me,
I think Namibia never beat Angola.
No, they have not. No. And for me, what was more interesting was the team of Angola. Even though they are ball players. They like holding on to the ball. I was surprised at their willingness to play the ball into space and chase the ball, and in that moment in time get to cross those balls. Now you have got the likes of Shaulide. Shaulide is being forced into the defensive side part of the.
He tried to do too much. Do you think the captain armband was heavy?
Not really. Shaulide doesn't have the service that is used to. So now he's trying. A player of that caliber, the more he is not involved in play, he now starts drifting to look for the ball so that he gets involved. In that moment, it takes him away from the position that he's always playing in the likes of Mamelodi Sundowns, where he only runs off the shoulders of the defenders and become dangerous. Now he has to come from deep to try and link up with play to try and find the goal.
And they can see all your movements.
It's going to be very difficult for him.
Can I ask you a question? We watched South Africa playing against Namibia. Now we watch Namibia playing against Angola. You played in PSL. Is PSL level average? Or you can say it's a good level?
I can say it's a good level.
Compared to AFCON?
You can't compare it to AFCON.
No, we're talking about AFCON because those players...
The reason why I'm saying you can't compare...
Because South Africa, we have 9 players all coming from... 10 players all coming from PSL. And Namibia, you have 9 players coming all from PSL. And
all coming from Sundowns, be specific.
This is why I'm saying we can't compare. You're having a group of players coming from Europe who have also tested the African Champions League. It's a mixture. They are superiorly developed. Now they are coming to compete with players that maybe have played only in the PSL. So they don't have a mixture of Europe and how they can adopt and manage the game. Now you are looking at how they perform. Namibia performs so well in their opening game, so is Mozambique. The following game, you're not able to cope. Does it mean that week in, week out, the intensity of their competition is not adequate?
Or the coaches are not good enough to manage the tournament, not the game, but the tournament. Because when you select players, you don't only select players that they can play in the field. You select a player that they can live together for at least 2 weeks and they get better. You have been in the camp many times. So you are saying that as a South African, we should not worry about the level of PSL. We can compete.
No, listen, we need to up the game because, Okay, so now there are generations that have come. You know, when we came here, there was no, for example, Malchoice sponsoring the league.
Yeah.
Now they are being sponsored. You're getting Sundowns getting players from South America and everything like that. So the intensity has to be there. There has to be competition from the likes of Golden Arrows, the small teams. If you lack that, then the quality is going to drop. It has to improve. The likes of Chiefs, Orlando Pirates need to come to the party like Sundowns.
Yeah. We have 46 minutes before the kickoff. What we will do is we'll take a break and then we'll come just before the kickoff so that we can start talking about this massive game that is about to play. So for the moment, we are telling you to go and take water to come back, but the story continues. What is the story? The story is Angola is the first team to make it to the quarterfinal. Namibia, they've done something incredible. In life, you don't have to chase everything at the same time. I always say you have to go step by step. Step 1, get your first goal in a major tournament. They have done that. Step 2, manage to get a win in a major tournament. They've got it. Step 3, if possible, go to the next round. They've got that. So Namibia, not making it to the quarterfinal, it is not a failure. It is a successful African Cup of Nations for Namibia.
Well said.
So, yes,
they can only pick that up for the World Cup qualifiers, which is not far from now.
No, listen, Africa, the World Cup qualifier is quite long, so it's going to be before. So don't go anywhere. Do what you have to do. Don't forget, we have football to bring to you. This is Fut-Afrique present Game On. Just come and spin with us. We are back, and this is Fut-Afrique channel presenting Game On. We want you to come and spin with us. What we're asking to do is you can watch your football match in front of your TV. All we don't want you to do is not to be alone. Join us in the studio. I am with Adelani. He's supporting Nigeria today, the super ego. And then further, we have the man who will be in the middle. That is Timothy Batabayere. He is not with the lion, but he is. What your team was? What, green and white? Did I explain to you why you guys were green and white?
Uganda cranes were never.
No, not Uganda crane.
Let's talk about serious
Blue
teams.
Fontaine Celtic.
Green and white. The Masokolala.
Yeah, why did they have green and white?
Bloemfontein is a seat of roses.
Yes.
So their colors were derived from that.
So not from Scotland,
No,
Celtic.
it was by coincidence, but they love.
But they use the same flowers. Do you miss playing football though?
Once you're a footballer for life. That's why if you throw that ball, there will be a reaction.
Yeah.
You get from any form of footballer. So once in a while, you find yourself enjoying football and doing the same. So it does not end.
What is your biggest moment? One moment, there are many of them, but when you have to take one moment, don't tell me the day you signed for Bloemfontein Celtic, but not that day.
Or the day you beat Nigeria, we don't want to hear.
Yeah, not that one. A big moment in the field of play as a captain, as a player. What that moment would be?
I think the biggest moment for me was my debut. I think
The first game?
It was in 2000, yes. Against the Senegal in Kampala Nachifuo. Being a young kid at the university, who was selected. Interestingly, the coach by then was a Nigerian called Okagube. So Okagube had selected some of us upcoming young players as part of the squad. And the executive vetted him that we are too young to start a game of that magnitude. So the coach in protest said, okay, you the executive, you can choose your own team for the first half and my team will come in the second half.
Really?
Yes. So Okagube gave them
Are you serious?
Yes, they selected their first team. So when it came to
the officials?
Yes, the first half we were losing 1-0 and the Nigerian man came with his specs, he pushed them in like this, he said now it's my chance.
But he couldn't change 11 players.
So he changed the three of us. I put myself in, I think it was Akim Magumba and I think another player, I don't remember. And my first debut, my mentor, may he so rest in peace, Coach Poa Sule, just told me one thing. A good defender is a stupid one. When you clear it into the skies, everybody will clap.
Nice one.
So I get into the game. You have got the likes of Fadiga and all of them, Sisi, they're all lined up. And my first touch was the launching into.
It was a World Cup qualifier, right?
Yeah, it was a World Cup qualifier.
Yes, it was a World Cup qualifier. I remember MTN did a very big campaign for it.
Senegal beat us to qualify for the World Cup, in 2002.
And you had a campaign say, if you support me, I'll be better. Why do you support an English player? I remember that campaign very, very well.
So in that game, you're marking the likes of Fadiga. So my first launching was a very good tackle. And as we were standing up, was like, where do you play a professional football from? I'm like, I'm a student. It's like, no, why do you lie to me? I'm a professional. I said, no, I'm a student. So as the game went on, we became friends because as professional players, one thing I know is that when they come back to Africa, they will never give 200% because they are worried about their contracts in Europe. So any hard tackle towards them,
so they ask you not to tackle him.
They reduce the pace under which they attack you. So you may breathe a bit. So you need to be smart enough. Go in smart in those tackles. Get it clean. The first time you get him, he's going to have a feeling of your presence there. And then you'll have a good game. And that's how I introduced myself to the Ghana Cranes.
What was the final score?
The final score was 1-1.
1-1?
Yes.
So that was a big moment. I think
was the biggest moment
that game, it was a full packed and the president actually supported the team. So that's a good experience.
It was a great experience, and if I'm to share that with any player, when you're getting into the team already has got the original player who owns that position. So when you come in, you need to win over the coaches.
When you're talking,
you need to win over the fans to accept you.
I feel so old. His debut in the national team, it was the year 2000. My retirement, it was 1997. Wow. 1998, when South Africa qualified for the World Cup. And what was your biggest interview?
My biggest interview has to be.
I can suspect it.
Has to
can
be
suspect it.
the magician.
I knew it.
Okocha.
You once told me the story of how that interview happened. How did it happen?
You know, like JJ. Actually, I contacted the Super Eagles technical video director, Andy Ogugwa. So Andy let me know that JJ was in town. You know, he was working with Super Sports at the time, and he was staying at a hotel. Obviously, I can't disclose. And
The team is not in camp.
yes. So I went to this hotel and I was just brave about it. I said, I have a meeting with JJ, and they called JJ. JJ said, I don't know such a person. Don't call me for silly. And they dropped the phone. But I waited for him because 2010, I met JJ with my mother, and it was at a very critical time in my life. So I reminded JJ that I was a young boy you signed an autograph for 10 years ago. And he's like, I think I remember you. He said, come back the next day. I came back the next day. He said, I forgot. Come back the next day. By the next day, I brought my camera crew along with me. He forgot again. He said, come back the next day. The camera crew said no. JJ doesn't want to break your heart. He's not going to do this.
He wasn't doing the interview.
So he gave up.
He just wanted to give up.
The camera crew gave up, but I didn't give up.
You didn't give up.
I said, I'm getting this interview. And lo and behold, the next day I came, he said, young man, I did this interview because I saw
You didn't want to give up.
you didn't want to give up.
Perseverance.
Perseverance. So he gave me the best interview. Some of my controversial questions, he wouldn't answer it. When I'm asking him that, is it true about the rumors about why you people lost against Denmark, that you were out in the city clubbing? He said, no comments.
What was your comment when somebody, as a journalist, when a player say or somebody say no comment, how do you take it?
Well, you know, it depends. You either try to probe, gauging the mood, you know, or you just flip to another.
Adelani, what is your conclusion in that moment? No comment.
No comments. Well, he didn't want to answer it because I'm sure
was the truth.
So what is your conclusion in that? The problem journalist.
No, I was very frustrated in that time because we wanted to know why they played like they were all pregnant
Because
against
I want
Denmark.
to probe. What will you do to beat Cameroon? Do you think you'll beat Cameroon?
Oh, the coach said it all.
You.
Me personally.
Yes, you. You're wearing green.
Listen, I feel like
I don't have handkerchief yet to give you when you're crying. Do you think you are making the quarterfinals?
I believe so. Look, the Cameroonian side isn't so prolific. You know, in the group stages, they conceded 2 against Gambia. They conceded 3 against Senegal. They conceded 1 against 10-man Guinea. So it shows that this is a team that
Can be beaten.
definitely leak goals.
But your side, your strength is the fact that you did not concede goals.
Yes. That I was getting to that Nigeria, they're actually one of the teams with the best defenses.
Because you play against weak teams.
Not exactly. We played. I was going to say we played against the hosts.
Yes,
but you don't want to use Ivory Coast as a yardstick now at this score. And funny enough, I was reading not too long ago that Ivory Coast tried to get Hervé Renard to coach them for the remainder, and the French Federation said no. It's been rejected.
No, but he is their coach.
Yes, they wanted to get him on loan. I've never borrowed on loan.
What you say you have never seen? I've witnessed it in my lifetime.
What did you witness?
Ghana hired a coach on loan.
Which one?
Adoato. He was on loan from Borussia
Oh yeah,
Dortmund.
from the World Cup.
Oh yes.
Yes, you see, he was a club coach. He was not dealing with an association. You deal with a club that can make any decision.
Even president was
Hervé Renard is a national team coach.
I know, for the women's national team.
Yes,
but
so-
you know, Africa has proved that you can get coaches on loan.
Yeah, but not from. Okay, they said no. Who's coaching them?
Well, you know,
let's
it
just
must
finish
be
that.
the assistant.
Yeah,
It must be the assistant now. Or would they get Didier Drogba too?
No, for me, I think there has to be a
Did not wanted to be a president.
you know, you have to be there has to be a continuation. I think the assistant would be the most likely candidate to take over the team. And it would be very interesting. What are your expectations of a team like Ivory Coast, where the fans reacted the way they did? And maybe some players took a private jet to depart Abidjan because of
And now
the
they have to
disappointment.
return.
And then they sneaked into, the last 16 just by whisker.
Yes.
So now they are going to compete.
So you're gonna check the Cameroon, and to answer the same question. For you, when you look at Nigeria starting 11, what is the weakest point? And you're gonna do for the Cameroon, but I want him just to give what's the weakest point for Nigeria, something that Cameroon can exploit.
There are a couple of one-on-ones that Cameroon definitely can exploit. I think Nigeria's weakest point is the wings for me. They don't have
Sanusi and Anya. They won't be coming back.
They don't have the wingers that can really feed Victor Osimhen the passes he needs.
Well, I think that's why they brought Iyobi there.
You see, that's not what we need. We still need a player in the ilk. Yes, in Didi. We have defensive players, good defenders now. But for me, the wings is where the weakness is, because Victor Osimhen, so many people are criticizing him, but he's not getting enough service.
Why Kelechi is not starting?
Me. Oh, he's injured. He's recovering from an injury.
Okay, cool.
So I feel like the coach should have started him on the right wing, really.
And
I would have wanted to see that.
Chukwueze?
Chukwueze, for me, he can be selfish on the ball, release that ball quicker.
Because I'm looking here, playing 3 at the back against one striker, it means you have to use your winger to play a lot, to come in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everybody must work.
And then there's Moses Simon.
Moses Simon as well can come in.
Very pacey, very tricky, but his final ball, that final decision, he has what I call the Theo Walcott syndrome.
the last ball. But it's the same as Iyobi.
The last ball is always terrible.
They did not go up properly.
So for me, when you look at the Nigerian team at this moment in time, if you look at, yes, everybody will say Osimhen has not yet scored the goals. But you look at his movements off the ball and the spaces, the chances he creates for the likes of Iwobi, if they are willing, to get onto their bikes and get into those positions, that the pockets, the spaces that is creating, the likes of Simon, if they can get into that, then they can hurt this Cameroon side. But also, you're looking at a team of Cameroon that is coming off a bounce, a last-minute qualification that shows their
against who?
It doesn't matter at this moment in time. We're looking at the character that comes across, because you're looking at both teams almost playing the 3-5, which means that the midfield is going to be very congested at that moment in time.
Yes,
so for me,
Pasero plays the...
By the way, you are saying Gambia is a small team because it was against Gambia. They conceded 2 goals.
Well, for me, I wasn't so impressed with that performance.
Do you think the fact that Cameroon is playing with an Italian defender, it is for him to deal with
Victor Osimhen? Yes, and there are going to be some key
Castelletto. He plays
battles
for Napoli, and he knows exactly what the guy can do. So.
Yes, Castelletto has 4 successful tackles, 4 interceptions. He's not that bad. Against Victor Osimhen, provided Osimhen gets, the service he needs. But there are key battles around the field. There's the battle of the Franks in the midfield. There's Frank Angisi and Frank Onyeka. in the middle. And Frank Ngisi is a player that actually starts Cameroon's offenses from the midfield. But Onyeka is the player that replaced Ndidi in this lineup and actually protects our defense.
Castelletto can go forward and score, and he's got one goal already as a center defender.
Chris,
that's true.
Yes.
Looking at the likes of, Osman, his pace.
Can you check also while he's talking, Victor? Can you check his stats in this tournament?
In this tournament,
His pace, and you're playing with 3 at the back. You're going to be at a disadvantage. That's why I'm saying it's very important for the likes of Wobi to try and smell those gaps that are being created. Now you have got like the likes of Christopher Wood, that in that position also. Yes, you managed to get the winning goal, but I'm saying, that is at the other end of the attack. But you have to do your job first as a defender. Yes, we have got issues in Cameroon. I'm wondering, just as a former player right now, I'm wondering how are the rest of the players handling, not fielding Onana. Because as players, you have got your teammates that you feel more confident to be on the field of play. It's normal.
I think Ondoa,
especially at the back line, So if
my friend, they arrived in Cote d'Ivoire a week before the tournament.
Yeah.
They had Ondoa with them.
Yeah.
They've been training with them.
Yes.
Where Onana was still in Man United.
Yes.
The first game came.
Yeah.
The coach trusted him. You're going to start this game because of the delay of flight, whatever. Onana could not start. In that game, brilliant. Clean sheet, they won the game.
Chris, as a former player, you know this for a fact. That their positions on the national team, I
don't believe Cameroon player they trust Onana at the moment, given his performance at the club level.
No, for me, I'll tell you why. If they did not trust him, they would not have called him.
I'm talking about players. I'm not talking about the coach.
No, but as a coach, how would you summon a player that you think the rest of the team are not confident of?
You are watching us from home, and you have your computer in front of you. You have your phone. By the way, it is not only about us. We want to have a conversation with you. Tell us what you think, and you might have information that we don't know. So, start writing, start communicating. It is football. It is African football. It is celebration. By the way, do you know Africans are the only people who dances after scoring a goal?
Are you sure?
No, check. Try. Who else dances?
It's a celebration. It's an extension of
No, think.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah. They will try to do some movement and they don't understand.
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho used to dance. He is kind of...
No, South American are African.
Basically. So
give me his stats.
Okay, so...
Listen, Victor is the top African players. That's why we are talking about him all the time. It is even when we had the Ethos, you will talk about them all the time.
Yes.
So Victor, at the moment, he is the man.
Worldwide.
He's a player that people want to spend 100 million to buy.
Yes, and I understand why, because it's his movement in the box. He's had 13 attempts and
18.
and 4 chances created, which is the most by a Nigerian player in the group stage. Is definitely made history with that, and he's contributed to 32% of the team's 41 shots in the group phase. With 9 of those shots on target.
Wow! And they check with Frank Magri from Cameroon. They are forward. We want to compare the two, and if you can check that, the stats for him. You see, the reason I'm doing this. I try to tell people, when you want to compare two teams, you need to find out if you have to create a starting 11, combined starting 11, how many of those players they can cross. In that starting 11, how many of Nigerian will you have and how many of Cameroonian will you have? And if you get to the level of a 5-6, you say the team is balanced.
Yeah.
But if you go and start comparing, you realize you are 9-2. One team has a better one.
In many moments, that's what you have got, and you have to try and find.
No, sure, no. It's just for people that are watching to understand that is the best way for you
to get to the
So this game. One thing I know for sure is going to be a lot of physical contact.
True.
Nobody will pull out. Everybody's gonna go in. And
You know, it's an electrifying game. These are neighbors. They have known each other before. Like Adrian was explaining to us, there are moments when the whole of Lagos just went silent. You know, I'm sure he's praying at this moment in time that it doesn't happen or a repeat of the same. But you're having two teams where the football goals are going to smile to both of them. But who will be superior in this moment in time? Because one has to go out and one has to progress. So will it be the Super Eagles or the Indomitable Lions?
yeah, if you look at the game they play against Senegal, what kills them, it is what I always said and I've been saying all the time. Senegal is a group of a team that have top players who plays as a unit.
Yeah.
Cameroon, in that game against Senegal, it is a team with top players who play as an individual. If you look at the first two goals that Senegal scored, actually the second and third goal that Senegal scored, those goals came from the defense did not know who to mark, where to go, and the ball was passing here until a very easy finish. One was a good cross inside, finish here, and the second the ball cut in and the managers brush it and the finish. For me, I think the team, they're not playing as a team. I mean, they're not playing as a unit.
The simple definition of a team is a group of individuals working together for a common purpose. And once you have a team that is not a few of those individuals are not pulling together, then you're going to have less numbers in executing what you want to achieve. But we have seen at this moment in time that yes, the likes of Cameroon, they have got the numbers when it comes to defend. But are you defending or you are just adding numbers in those positions?
Yeah, that's what
So
my coach used to say.
You need to get back in the right position, but to defend, not just returning and show that you are there. We have all those questions when you come for corner kicks. You have got a striker coming in and he doesn't know what to do. As a defender, I used to tell them, no, you remain up front, it's fine, we shall defend for you. Because you don't help us at this moment in time, just coming to add numbers. So I think that adjustment on the field of play, communication is going to be key.
Yeah.
What I've seen is that they are congesting the midfield, both teams. So it means that the likes of Iwobi, any extra second or two, any extra touch onto the ball will give the likes of Osmani to try and get into those positions they want them. But Carl Talk also has got that feel, arriving late into those finishing positions. So it's a very good game to watch for the neutrals.
So this is the distance between Lagos and Abidjan, because you just made a story that's their neighbors. So when you're in Lagos, for you to go to Abidjan, you have to go via Togo. So you're gonna have to pass Lomé, and from Lomé you pass a very small village called Tema, and then you go via Accra. That is if you're driving. We're talking about African, we love driving. And then from Accra you go to the Cape Coast of Accra, and then you move up for you to get in the Côte d'Ivoire, and you find yourself in Abidjan. That drive is only 997 kilometers. Not even 1,000.
So, Chris, we're getting a comment from one of our friends on YouTube who goes by the name of Soli Maniatela.
Yes.
Who says Nigerian defense is a suspect. In front, they are good. It will be interesting. That's what he says. Ha! What do you mean Nigerian defense
Let me tell you something.
is suspect, my friend?
You will explain. Let me tell you something.
Which
about
camera
Soli.
can I address my friend in that one?
By the way, Soli, I know him.
Okay.
He's my personal trainer. He
okay.
only eats Nigerian food every Wednesday and every Friday. He has a place that he goes, and he knows all your dishes.
Wow.
The reason I'm saying about the food, because he loves Nigeria.
Okay.
Nigeria is actually his second country.
Oh, wow.
So his question is a little bit conflicted.
He's confused. I just want to ask
He's
him.
upset that Nigeria will lose.
I want to ask him the AFCON he's been watching.
So please explain make him feel comfortable.
Yes.
Is Nigerian defense suspect?
No. I believe he was watching the 2019 Nations Cup. They were suspect back then.
Yes.
But they've since improved. You know, they've improved. Ekong at the back, he's a solid rock.
Yeah.
You can't get past him.
Bassi is playing in center.
Bassi, how you go take dual? How can you pass Bassi?
You know what is very interesting
at this time?
at this stage of the tournament is that you have no second chance.
No. But you have extra 30 minutes.
So the applicability of the team, you know, you sit back and be tight, or you become adventurous to try and get your wing backs into those positions to try and support the attack and leave yourself open. So it's going to be that, you know, the tactical mental awareness of the players. This is where we talk about the player intelligence coming into play in moments of the game to see if they can apply themselves to try and defend well. Yes, you have spoken about the likes of Ekong. You know, you have seen them, you know, trying to go upfield when the goals are not being scored to add numbers. And
one player that has been impressing me has been Calvin Bassi. He's been amazing. For Nigeria, you know, he has that composure. The Fulham guy, you know him, Bassi. He's been incredible so far.
No, he's very, very good player. You know, I am looking at this type of a game. It might be a game where you find Victor finding his form, because he got opportunity for him to get goals, but they were not coming because either he was rushing them or making wrong decision the last time. But at the same time, you have a player like Magri, who wants to prove himself that it is a time for a big club to see where I am.
Yes. And plays for Toulouse.
So, when you play in France, you're looking for a next move.
Oh yeah.
That's what it is.
A right-footed striker.
Yeah.
You know, 7 international caps, 2 goals.
Very young. If you have less than 10, very, very young.
Is he very young?
No, I say young for the national team.
Because it's 24 years old, which is
perfect time for him to make a move.
You know,
which is young.
And then you come here in the tournament like this, you score 3 goals. Everybody talks about you.
It's a great platform to show talent.
Especially against Nigeria. You come against Nigeria, you shine. Nobody will forget you. By the way, these games have been beamed around the world. So they don't need to go via France for them to buy you. They can buy you directly and you see you there. 16 minutes before the kickoff of the big moment, will Adeline be at the end of the game crying or celebrating? Will the super ego
like
get their mojo back and they fly high, or the lion indomitable come back and roll and get that position? I still believe when they hosted the event, they were unlucky not to be the final. That semi-final loss, it was not because they were not good. They were unlucky in that semi-final.
Chris, in life or in football, you create your own luck. In that game, they failed to do that. But this is a team that proved that even without their first team players, they could conjure up a team under the likes of Hugo Bros and still go on and win the championship.
My friend, Hugo Bros have international players all the time.
So this, you know, you're talking about Cameroon, you're talking about Nigeria that have manufactured talent over and over years. So it's not new that they will always come up with a team. But for me, at this moment in time, I would say the team that wants it more will go to the next.
I always hear that term. I don't know which team wants it less. I never believe a team will want it. So when you just explain what is wanting it more.
I will take you back to the game against Ivory Coast versus Equatorial Guinea. There is no way in the applicability of the Ivorians that they show that they wanted to.
Are you sure they wanted to lose the game at home and stand the chance of going home? And they did not just only lose; they lost by 3 goals. I mean, it was 3.
You know, I think what is
if it was a car, you know, Equatorial Guinea applied the turbo, and Ivory Coast could not answer to that speed. It was, you know, the highest level of collapse for a team of Ivory Coast.
Yes.
So at this moment, we are wondering how are they going to compete now that they have sneaked into the competition in the next round.
I think they are more dangerous now.
Yes.
It depends. I think it will come back to the players, the individuality of players if they want it. Because at this moment in time, you have sacked the coach. The fans have reacted. How do you keep yourself ready for the game?
I am feeling they will be very dangerous.
now that they're without a coach?
Because they're gonna look at themselves. Yes,
I would agree with you if I was not mindful of who the opponent is.
in this level, it doesn't matter who the opponent.
It does matter because I can tell you.
You lose, you go home.
I had a coach.
As easy as that.
I had a coach, and he would joke around. He says, "Chris, were you a striker, or were you a defender? So if you're a defender, he says, please go home and sleep, but don't dream as if you are kicking, money, or Mohamed Salah. Rest. Now you are going to play Senegal. You are Ivory Coast. You have sacked the commander in chief. That's your coach.
Because you didn't trust him.
Then you have got players who are crying immediately after the last whistle. 4-0. You are crying. And now, just after a few hours, you are reminded that actually the competition is still on your part. How do you regroup? The fans have reacted.
Can I tell you a story?
Please do.
Let's hear it.
A team finished the league in South Africa. They go to Champions League, got beaten before the group stage. And the league in South Africa is finished. They go on holiday. While they're on a holiday in Mauritius, they receive a phone call. Come back. You are needed in CAF Champions League because we kicked another team out. Now you come back. They were on a holiday. They came back. They won the championship. That is Mamelodi Sundowns. That's how they won it.
Wow.
But
so
for me, that's what I told you. It comes back to the individual players. The mental fortitude
believe
of the players is what wins the game.
There is no I in team, my friends. Team does not have I. So it's not individual. It is the collective.
And you know what he's referring to when he's talking about teams that, want it. You see it in Egypt when they play. You can see that they play with so much passion.
That is it. Once again, it is. We have 3 categories of teams here.
Yeah.
Category 1, top teams playing as a unit.
True.
Egypt, Senegal, Mali. Those teams are top teams playing as a unit.
Senegal, Mali.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have
Individuals.
top players playing as individuals. DRC, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon. Those teams, they've got top players. Don't get me wrong, their players are top.
Yeah.
But the players an individual. And you can see the performance. Then you
The
have
only time Nigeria played as a team was against Cote d'Ivoire. They were a team that day.
that moment.
That day.
And then you have average team. You have average players playing as a team.
Namibia.
You're Namibia. You're Angola.
You're Mozambique.
You're Mozambique. Those teams, the Gambia.
You're Equatorial Guinea.
Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea, they don't have anything special except that unit.
You see, the likes of Gambia, Equatorial Guinea, there are players on the African continent that they have not yet been on the big stage, but they are fantastic good players. We come from that school where you come and no one knows you and is saying, where do you play from? But because you don't have an attachment to the so-called European leagues, then you think they're not good. If you look at the Gambian team and their performance, it's just because they did not win. But if you look at how they played and applied themselves, they are very good players. Equatorial Guinea, they are going to these small European countries where they're applying their trade. Yeah. For me, for the first time, I can say AFCON, served us the best jamboree we can have of football.
Definitely.
5 minutes before we play, what you are seeing in your screen, obviously from home, it is a big flag of CAF and the 2 teams coming out. Listen, when we talk about massive African football names, this is what you are finding here. Nigeria and Cameroon. The history in this African Cup of Nations, it is massive. Put together, it's not about the trophies they've won. It is the battle that all of them they have seen here against different type of opposition. That's why you see this game is like a home game. The stadium is packed. I just told you, 950 kilometers from Lagos to Abidjan. So don't be shocked to know that what you are seeing here, it is a massive African football. We are very lucky to be alive at this moment to witness Nigeria playing against Cameroon.
The indomitable
The
lions.
indomitable
For a
Cubs.
place in the quarterfinal. Who say that African Cup of Nations with 24 teams is going to be a water down? I don't know. It is a time for the anthem, and this is the last time this happened. This young man stood up and they sang a national anthem. So we give him that position and the respect of his national anthem. Are you gonna sing it or you gonna mime? What are you gonna do?
I'm going to.
You don't even know how to feel.
You know, if I should sing it, I'm just worried I will blow the continent
Can
away.
we have the doctor
my
on
good
standby?
Nigerian players looking at their flag, looking at their
Oh,
flag.
beautiful.
Their eyes is concentrated. They are ready for the fight. They know what stand upon them if they don't win this game. You see, this moment reminds.
One nation called freedom, peace and unity. Yeah, come on, boys.
You only know the last word. You don't know
No, I know the whole thing, but you see, I don't want to interrupt your presenting. I don't want to interrupt
The last
your
time I
presenting.
watched Nigeria singing the national anthem, seriously, it was the last game in Abuja. They were playing against the Black Stars of Ghana for a place in the FIFA World Cup.
And the result is known to us.
What was the story in that game?
Which one?
The game you play against Ghana, the last World Cup qualifier.
Which team qualified for Qatar?
What did happen?
This battle.
After Nigeria announced which jersey they're going to win the World Cup, there is a young,
Can you see this guy?
there is a young man called Pate. Took the ball from the midfield.
They unveiled the World Cup jersey before the Black Stars game.
So this is Cameroon. Are they going to emulate what the
1-0.
teams before them have done? The Patrick Mboma, the Samuel Eto'o, the big name that did what the Cameroon needed to do. They're standing up. It is moment that we've been waiting for. It is a massive, massive game.
Oh my gosh.
Just to remind you, both teams are playing the same system. 3 at the back, 5 in the middle of the park, and the 3 up front. I don't know how they're going to cancel each other out. This will be a game of a battle. Who can see a red card in this game?
There's gonna be a
There's
red
going
card
to be.
because it's but I'm hoping that we have got the man in the center to be very reasonable and understanding, that he can be able to handle a game of such magnitude, that he can be able to understand some flying tackles and the reaction from the players.
Yeah.
So what are you
and
saying?
can
You should-
calm it down.
It should relax.
No, he can take authority by not issuing the red card, but take authority in that moment in time. Let the game flow.
Okay, cool.
I'm reading a tweet from a Nigerian that says, "You reach our turn, they go bring Vincent Abubakar," and they had like broken heart emojis. Oh no, Vincent Abubakar definitely can do some damage if they bring him on at the right time of the game. You know,
This
It's
is a massive game, guys.
very
Let's
massive.
sit and enjoy it. You're sitting at home, wherever you are, as you're watching, listen to the conversation. Adelani from Nigeria got inside story to tell us, and the young man there, he has a story as a captain. He will take us through the game and analyze some moments, key moment of this game, as you're about to enjoy the moment.
Come on, Niger, let's go now. Waiting now.
So far, VAR has been good, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Do you think African referees must go to England to teach them how to use a VAR, because our referees have been very good? Adelan, you know you can breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe.
I will need more water definitely as this game progresses.
Before we start, people from YouTube are asking us for a prediction.
I'll give it to Cameroon 2-1.
You don't have to give me the result. 2-1.
They will give it us 2-1. I will give it to
And-
Cameroon.
And you?
I think a very low scoring game. I think Cameroon will score 2-1 Nigeria.
2-1 Nigeria.
Yes.
2-1 Cameroon, 2-1 Nigeria. I'm sitting here enjoying. I'll drink my water, and look at me. I'm laughing because I've got two teams in this AFCON. One is DRC, another one is South Africa. So we're not yet in.
You know what Coach Persero said yesterday in the press conference? He said,
do you think he's a good coach before the game? Because I know after the game, if he loses, he's going to be a bad coach. Before the game,
I've never rated
Is he a good
him.
coch?
No, I don't
cool.
think so. I don't think so. But
What makes a good coach?
a good coach actually gets his does his due diligence and researches his opponents very well.
What has he failed to do?
Gets the formation right.
So what has he failed to do?
For me, what he's failed to do so far is
he did not select their players.
Make the substitutions at the right time of the games. The formation at times, he could have chosen better formations, to make us score more than one goal. I think he's 3-4-3.
Victor misses 1-on-1. What the coach has to do?
He's come out to tell us that actually his plan for this game, he wants us to score one goal and sit back.
Okay.
That's what he said in the press conference yesterday, that once Nigeria score one goal, we're going to sit back and defend.
Yeah, but
you can't do that.
In that moment, the player intelligence comes in because it's trying to imply that once you are able to get that first goal, what you do is try to make sure that you safeguard that one goal. But if an opportunity presents itself, then why not go for the kill? And if they are opening up, you can even score more.
We see the first action coming from Cameroon. Once again, this is what I talk about. If this young man was not playing for Cameroon, he would have not shot the game from there. It could have been a cross.
Yes.
Because that's what the coach
could have been a better cross than that.
Give it a cross, give an opportunity to your team for them to attack than you trying to shoot and score in that angle.
Well, look, he was closed down, so the best way is to try and hold on to the ball and play back and try to regroup. For me, if you look at the first seconds, the first moments of the game at this moment in time, it's very interesting. They have just called a foul, but you'll tend to disagree. That is a body check, of as many, so you can. That's the body check. That's a body check.
He went to a player, my friend. He went into him.
So you can see.
He went to him.
You can see who's eating solid Niger food on the yam.
But it's a disservice because it's a foul against you. So you need to know when to apply it.
It's going to be a physical battle today, as we can see. And, it seems like Nigeria is the stronger physically of the two teams. This isn't the Cameroon of 2000. You cannot shove Rigobert Song off the ball like that in 2000.
For me, I'm looking to see
the French coach of 2010.
The team that is going to hold on to the ball and try to play, because at this moment in time they are nervous. They're trying to get into those front presses. The team that's going to play into those channels is going to be very important.
What? Have you ever had a coach, Timothy, that tells you the first 15 minutes, this is what I want you to do, this is what I want you to do, to manage the game time by time?
I never had a coach like that. I think we won over the trust of the coach to believe in what we're going to do in those moments in time. My mentor, that was the late Coach Hasule, may he so rest in peace. The only time you could see him standing is if the backline was not moving well, and he could just stand out and just give signals, because he believed that he has done his job on training. You must know exactly what to do. So you will only come up and try to indicate that you are having the likes of Osimhen now running into the channels. You need to go into the channels before he reaches there so that you win the ball in advance.
Each time they're not letting 1 versus 1. Huh? It is always 1 versus 2.
Exactly, but at this moment in time, if you watch how they are marking Osimhen, you like the likes of Aina, the likes of Lukman, the likes of Simon Moses, to try and not try to play those.
Oh, I like that. That was so. That's the first Victor Osimhen chance.
I think there is a mismatch between Wu and Osimhen. The size-wise is much bigger, so you cannot allow anybody go.
Oh no!
that is good playing from Cameroon. They are looking forward, playing the ball quite quicker. So
put it out now.
No, why?
Oh, you said a good defender is a foolish one.
You see, the team that's gonna try to get onto that ball, because in these first 5-10 minutes, it is anxiety. No team has settled.
Yes.
They are unsettled.
So and our goalkeeper, in all fairness, has been.
The team that's gonna force to just hold on to that ball a little bit and give a few interchange of passes is going to calm down their team. For at this moment in time, they're trying to look for the likes of Oshmeni. Once you boot it up, it's going to try to run. It's going to get tired in those moments. I think they need to try to be calm and not panic.
Sorry, my Niger people want me to correct you there. Is Victor Osimhen. You must put respect on his name.
Osimhen. What does it mean?
Oh no, it's not Yoruba, you know. It's not my language. I should actually give you.
You can Google it from the Nigerian dictionary. You may get some interpretation.
No, but Victor looks like he's winning the physical battle at this point in time.
For me, you have the likes of Gonzalez, they need to calm down a little bit, try to hold on to it. That is perfect play. Cool down the game, look for that calmness, and then you start playing. I think that, gives your teammates an opportunity. I think at this moment in time, Cameroon is doing the right thing, suck them in, and when they come to try and defend, then you create those gaps just like we are seeing at this moment in time.
No, that is poor. When you manage to get out of pressing, you must be fast enough to get into the opposition box. So what we're seeing now is Nigeria is playing high press, and Cameroon, they are finding a way to get out of that high press. But when they get in the midfield, there is nobody is coming to continue. How do you call them now in today's football? Pivot player.
Yeah,
the one who's going to take it now to change.
Interesting.
So twice. Yeah.
Victor Osimhen is originally from Lagos, so he's a Lagosian. There's Rigobert Song. Is he a good coach for you? From what you've seen?
The definition of a good coach is when you have seen so many players coming through, and we have not yet seen that through Rigobert Song.
In a national team, that's not the job. Huh? The national team is to select players.
When you select
a club coach.
So is he a good coach for you, Rigobert Song?
He's a good leader. A coach, let's see, listen. That's
a corner.
Okay.
Now we're
communication.
We're saying.
I call for it. I say leave it, but I left it in the last minute. That's what they are talking. I told you leave it. Yeah, but I left it, but it was in the last minute. I was not sure.
Chris, you've met Rigobert Song before, right?
Yes.
Oh, a few times. Chris, and that interesting story about his meeting.
No, I asked Rigobert Song if this was his last AFCON. That was in 2006. He nearly killed me.
And then he felt offended.
Of course. And then in 2008, he gave a goal away.
Oh wow. So what would you say to him now if you bumped into him again?
No, we met after that.
Okay. What was the cover? Oh.
1 goal. 1-0.
Come on.
1-0.
Go! Oh shit!
You see, guys. You see.
When you speak with my son, when you speak to my son, he will tell you, I always see a goal 30 seconds before it does happen. So this is what the story is.
Are you all surprised that it's a goal?
No, I'm not.
Now look at the goalkeeper.
Hey,
look.
No,
I just want you to watch the movement of the goalkeeper.
Too late.
Just watch the movement of the goalkeeper.
Came out.
Guys, why do you want to prove that you are the?
And that's a defender that scored that goal.
No, it's just a deflection.
No,
that's a defender that scored that goal.
It's a good goal.
And Victor still needs to score today.
So what happened here? how I knew that the goal will come, I wanted to say it. The conversation between a player, a goalkeeper, Ondora, and the defender.
You could already see the miscommunication.
No, it was not miscommunication. He's scared of crosses. That's why he was so upset that they let that to be a corner kick. Because when he was talking to Ekong, when I say Ekong, when he was talking to Gonzalez, he was so upset that Gonzalez allowed it to be a corner kick. And the moment the corner kick was taken, he started doing too much because he was so not sure of the moment.
This goalkeeper is not looking sure of himself.
I think
if I was a cameraman,
Chris,
I would look for Onana's face.
Chris.
Yes.
Yeah, there are certain things. Maybe VR is trying to
it was clean.
To try and see what is happening.
It was clean goal.
But I can tell you, this man Rigobert Song needs to be fired.
Why?
There are certain decisions you should not make.
Which are the goalkeeper?
Chris, this is poor goalkeeping of the highest order at the highest level.
And do you know how many Onana has made?
I mean,
No.
I mean,
I
it seems like there's a VAR check. What is going on? What's jaga nonsense is this one? Why is VAR checking?
But honestly speaking, this is poor goalkeeping from.
No, it was very poor goalkeeping.
It was very poor goalkeeping.
You know,
take nothing away from the desire of this Super Eagle team to try and get another goal to.
And you know, if this goal is disallowed,
for me, I told you, it's
what are they going to check
you.
again? It's a VAR check.
Yes, it's a VAR check.
Oh, they're trying to see if the goalkeeper was impeded.
Offside. That there.
Yes.
There.
Offside. Because look where the goalkeeper is.
Offside.
But there's a Cameroonian player on
the
two players behind the goalkeeper.
2 players behind the goalkeeper.
A player behind the goalkeeper.
Oh.
So it's not a goal. But at this moment in time, this is poor goalkeeping. To the extent that at this moment in time, you cannot have Cameroonian players being comfortable to attack in this moment in time. It's an offside. So Nigeria, very disappointed. Although.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Let me just take a sip of water. Just to calm down.
Oh no. Every player is praying to God, my friend. Just
I wonder what he puts in that goal post.
There's nothing.
So now
I think they should cancel VAR. They should cancel.
I thought it was coming.
It's spoiling football.
But give it to the assistant referees operating VAR. Give it to them at this moment in time.
Assistant referee gave as an offside.
Sorry?
The assistant referee did give as an offside.
Yeah. It took time for the decision of the referee.
But I'm not sure whether you guys can see that Nigeria seems to be winning the physical battles at this stage.
I think
at this stage.
I think their understanding of the game is to try to unsettle this Cameroonian side.
But you asked about the weakness of the sides earlier. You can say the goalkeeper is a weakness for Cameroon. If they can just get that ball, if they can torment him with some shots.
But also, when you know that you have got a weak link as a goalkeeper, you know, as a defender,
pass the ball. I don't understand why Africans don't like passing the ball.
We mustn't let Cameroon get back in this game.
I think Cameroon is trying to settle in by trying to pass the ball. But for me, I'm looking for their reaction after they have broken the first line of defense.
Who is scared of who here? Who gives fear to who here?
No, I'm seeing a lot of fear with Cameroon. The players are not looking sure of themselves. I'm telling you.
But I've not.
Can you see?
I've not seen. You see, this is what I was talking about. You know that you've got a goalkeeper who has not settled in the game, and you're trying to play him a back pass.
Who is not settled?
No, Ondo is not. He's not yet in the game.
What?
Ondo.
This is their fourth game. He played 3 games.
It doesn't matter. Every game is different. He's facing the Super Eagles.
So therefore, you can pass him the ball. so that they can feel comfortable.
Not after the plan of the would-be goal that has been cancelled, because of offside. That was a horror coming out from. He's very poor when it comes to aerial balls.
Jumping everywhere like a cat.
Maybe he doesn't trust his defense, his defenders.
I think it's the other way around. I think the defenders don't trust him.
I see that too. It feels.
Because the way he came on corner kick is like, I have to win it because they want to win it for me.
He's not sure.
Come on.
He's just panicking. Those are signs of he's not commanding his area as a defender.
But Nigeria feel a bit more composed than the indomitable.
Well, they haven't had the ball in front of Cameroon's last third. The ball is being played this side.
I think Adlan, I will disagree with you. I think Cameroon has showed more comfort with the ball.
Yes.
They are more comfortable. I know where you're feeling
more structured.
But
Cameroon look more structured, but Nigeria are more forceful.
More forceful.
Yeah.
Nigeria also seem to be keeping their shape though. Defensively.
Apart from keeping the shape, yes, but they are not.
They haven't started
the ball. You need to be sure of the ball, to try to play the ball. The more you have the ball, you try to get those players out of their position. So you create those gaps behind, so that when you're able to break the first line of defense, you're able to penetrate into the third quarter.
Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So currently they have five at the back. So they start with a 3-4-3 and then 5-4-1.
I think Nigeria has recognized the fact that Cameroon likes playing, so they are trying to congest their midfield so that they are not outnumbered.
Yes.
And, so they cannot swing passes around. So I think
Nigeria is giving Cameroon no chance with the ball.
With the ball, yes.
That is how you do it.
Okay. Can you see there? How many defenders?
No, you're having six.
Everybody is there on
and you're having 6 defenders for Nigeria, meaning you have gotten your central midfield also dropping back to try and defend, which I don't think should be applicable at this moment.
But what they're doing, even though they're 6, they are playing high field.
Yep.
So if the ball being played at the back, it could be a problem. So what Cameroon is trying to do to play the ball behind, exactly. But that was a poor pass.
But for me, Chris, as long as you don't pressurize the player with the ball, your press is as good as useless.
No, I know. I get your point.
Because they need to close down the person, the player with the ball.
If you come high field, you're not pressuring the player. They are finding where to pass the ball. You see, this long pass allowed Cameroon to control the ball play there. Now they push again. They win some yards.
Exactly. If you don't press,
you have to press the ball.
If you don't press the ball, it means that the player has got the wide vision of the short, long passes. So for me, I think that's a dangerous play. You're going to put pressure under the defense, and when they play that long ball, they're going to head it back. Second ball is for anyone who can win it first.
That's a red card, ref.
Now it is a good foul. As a defender will tell you, you go up with your so that they know you are there.
You're there.
You go up with you need to protect your face. That's one.
You were telling me a story about marking. Who was it? The Senegal forward you were marking?
Alhaji Diop.
Yeah. He says that's the toughest player he's played.
No, he doesn't stand.
You see, Alhaji Diop, that's why whenever you see defenders, when the striker is trying to get onto them, they don't allow, the defenders don't allow strikers to put their hands on their body, because it's very fundamental that a player of Alhaji Diop, the likes of Didier Drogba, once they get hold of your six-pack, that's your stomach, they
go now. Too late.
They can judge.
Too late.
They can judge which side of the
African decision making is poor, guys. You can't score from there. Pass the ball.
Thank you. Boot it out. Boot it. Come on.
Now
Come on, boys.
This is a goal.
He's offside.
Come on.
No,
Victor is offside.
Now he's fine.
You need to be patient.
Too late.
Yeah.
Too late.
Hey.
Too late. African.
Come on, Alex.
Take time on the ball.
Hey.
Take time. Yes.
There. Yeah.
Hold
No,
it.
it's too late. It's gone. The moment is gone.
You see, that's ooh.
Oof, referee.
It's interesting.
He got him very well there. Huh?
Oh man.
But you know what is interesting?
You see what I'm saying about the
Chris,
wingers?
that foul actually, it was supposed to be Senegal ball. Look at it. Yes. It is supposed to be Cameroon ball.
Yes.
Cameroon ball.
I mean, that's a
That
De
is a high
Jong,
kick, huh?
a De Jong kind of kick.
So I think the referee got it wrong.
The referee,
I think the referee got it wrong.
But for me, let me tell you something that is very interesting. You know, with Odoa, the way he is in goal now, I've not seen Nigeria picking up that he's nervous so that they can try to take a shot from distance.
That's
to unsettle
what
him.
I'm saying.
You know, those moments are very key.
I don't think he's nervous.
He is. You can see the body language.
My friend, he played 3 games.
Not against Nigeria. Not against Nigeria.
Every player, the Nigeria or Cameroonian are nervous because it is a massive game.
How was that offside?
It is the hand.
And you can even see the way Victor is walking. He's trying to take that anxiety out by walking like this.
That's Finidi George on the bench, one of our legends.
What a player.
Finidi
Very quiet though.
George. Very quiet, yes.
Very quiet.
And
Yeah, George.
I was concerned about that going into the tournament, that we need some fire on the bench.
Cameroon goal is going to come from the right hand side.
Hey,
They
JJ,
are using a Kambi
that's JJ
all the time,
Okocha.
and they are pushing that Calvin Bassey. But the thing is, Zaidu is trying to double team in that right hand side. So so far it's fine.
Yes, that's
Too many fouls is happening here because they are not giving the man a chance. So this is his mission.
Yeah, but you see, for me,
Castelletto, like I said, he has from Nantes. He has one mission.
to take out.
Victor, no, not to take him out. Victor should not play.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know
I-
that's where
I can-
I would expect the player intelligence from the likes of Iwobi, you know, to try and get into this position. But
Nah, he does not have intelligence.
They can only get.
What do you mean, Chris?
You see, they need to try and.
There he is. Yobi
and
is
force
dropping
themselves
deep
to
now
play.
to collect the ball. He is very good with his ball in feet. And look at his last pass. It went to the opposition. He wins the ball again. This boy, he has talent. But his decision making, that was a good move.
That was a good move.
Great move.
That's a touch.
No, guys. In that position, you don't lose the ball. You receive it, you release immediately. Because if you lose it there,
The awareness.
Yes.
Yeah.
you must scan your field first.
Oh man.
Do you see what's happened?
It's-
The moment he received the ball, there are 2 players coming on him.
On him.
And not any player. You have a Victor coming on him, and immediately you have a Frank Onyeka coming there.
Interestingly, he lost balance. It was not even a foul.
Exactly,
He
he's
lost
lucky.
Balance. He's lucky that played in.
Oh, good run. Good
Very
run.
good run.
Good run. But the ball stayed in a good pass. One touch.
Good. Hold it onto it.
Good defending.
You've
Good
got it.
defending.
You've
Good
got it.
defending. Good defending. That's how you defend.
Good
You
ball
don't do
defending.
much with the ball. Well done. Well done. William Ekong is a very, very good defender.
And also
Respect.
Calvin Bassey there forced.
Calvin
him
Bassey
wide.
was already behind, but
Forced
the way
him
they
wide,
stand.
Yeah.
All you do, you don't allow a player to cross the ball. Just stand.
Just drive him out of the goal.
Slow him.
He's
Don't
not-
tackle him.
He's not facing your goal. He's not dangerous at that moment in time.
Yeah.
So you just shepherd him outside from the dangerous area, and then you wait for support to take out those other the oncoming player.
Playing out from the back has never been my favorite thing in football. A lot of mistakes can happen that way.
Yeah, but that's
Oh.
what made us love supporting Nigeria then when we were growing up, because Nigeria was almost the only African team which had identity.
If you are playing against an opposition, right?
Yeah.
And their goalkeeper is the best player, and they are already made in today's world, they make 5 substitutions already. and in 80th minute you have a corner kick, will you going to kick their goalkeeper to get out of the game? You get a red card.
I see your point there, Chris.
Because they're going to play 10 against 10.
Yeah.
But they won't have a goalkeeper. They will have a player.
So the undoing for this Cameroonian team is going to
well
be
done. Well done.
You know, I like the way they are forcing to play.
Look at where Victor is. Victor is working very hard. This guy, he came in this tournament to win it.
Yes.
You can see his attitude.
You know, you wish his teammates can feed off that energy and desire and the passion.
He's the type of a guy. He's the type of a guy who goes to the change room and say, "Come on, guys, this is it. We're doing this." You need that type of a player in your team, huh?
You do. That's why.
And he might not be the best player.
Those are normally called squad players.
Yes.
You don't expect them to play, but you expect them to
push
up the morale, the team vibe into the dressing room.
He's the one who start the song
all the time. You know, I never liked that thing of singing.
No, it takes your energy away.
Oh, really?
It takes your energy, my friend.
You know,
so you never sang with the cranes?
Good defense.
Most of my teammates who used to sing, I can tell you, in the first 15 minutes they are tired.
My friend,
because they have taken all the energy in singing.
From dancing.
You know you're right, huh? Physically speaking, Cameroon, they are meeting a brick wall, huh? Nigeria, they eat fufu before the game.
I'm telling you. Oh.
They eat egusi.
Egusi.
They eat
correct pounded yam.
What I J is what we do self-protection. You look into the driving mirror. I call it the driving mirror. You see the opponent coming and you shield yourself. So in this moment in time, he's rushing for the ball and it just collides with your elbow. You have not elbowed him, but he has hit your elbow to get off. You are shielding yourself. Just like when you go up in the air to head the ball.
Right.
You raise your and then you also your knee. You know, you shield the oncoming striker into bumping in. So when he comes to bump into you, he meets the knee and it's off. That's how you shield yourself.
Oh wow. Interesting.
And when you're behind him, you lift your knee, you hit the back head to slow him down just a little bit.
No, that's what I'm saying. You shield yourself. You do it before even the ball is played. So he comes and collides with the knee. So it's not a foul.
Yes.
You know, there's no, because you're already in air. There's nothing much you can do. So that's where it's recommended when there's an area ball.
What we're seeing here, Cameroon, the execution is not correct, but they're understanding what's happening. Nigeria are pushing their back four.
Yep.
So, which means there is a big hole behind their defense. So watch Cameroon, as soon as the ball comes in the midfield, they don't control it. They whip it immediately.
And Chris, also, if you have noticed now, Nigeria is resorting to the original back three. Initially, they were getting 5 behind when the pressure was becoming. But now, if you look at
why do you control ball there?
But if you look at the time on the clock now, it's 27 minutes. In that moment in time,
lucky.
Yeah, but you see, it also comes back to at that moment in time. You know, those are critical areas where you should not try to dribble. It's just
why
you shouldn't dribble? Why should you dribble? Huh?
That was a bit of quality.
No, the ball comes. He controls the ball here, and the distance between you and your goalkeeper is less than 20 meters. You're in trouble.
Chris, take it from me. The reason why he cannot play back the ball to the goalkeeper, he doesn't trust him.
No. It was not.
I can tell you that. I'm a defender.
He was very far.
This goalkeeper, you know, has a few mistakes in him.
Where?
I really feel like Nigeria should.
He has been their best goalkeeper in the tournament so far, guy. I don't understand.
Nigeria should try to exploit.
Against which opponents? You see, when you...
No, the team they played against, you cannot. It's not about which opponent. You have to play the team that is in front of you. Ghana,
against Gambia, he conceded it 2. So we're talking about, if you're talking about conceding, he conceded 2, Onana conceded 2, but you are looking at a goalkeeper that's going to give you
comfortability. Did you see that was Victor Osimhen that won that ball back?
That's it.
Look where he is.
Let's go.
That is it. That is an attempt.
That's poor.
Yeah, the pass was not strong enough to
I call it a hospital pass.
Yeah.
You see,
for me, that's that calmness where Cameroon is holding on to the ball, that is another advantage. If they can pick up the on-running players off where they are playing from, I think that will work for them.
Football-wise, Cameroon is the better team at the moment.
Now look,
they can put
now Nigeria has got 4 at the back. You have got 5 in the middle, and then you have got Osme just being the leading one. But all 11 players behind the ball.
Cameroon are able to put 5 to 6 passes together, and those passes is beating the press that Nigeria is putting. So this is where they cannot go. Cameroon should avoid to go one-on-one against Nigeria. They won't win the ball. They won't win the ball.
Yeah, but you see, Chris, for me what is happening is where are you having ball possession from? Because in these moments of possessing the ball, you need to try and move the back line. Get them out of their position. Because if you're keeping the ball and the back line is still...
So play it in space, run, and you use your pace. But if you are running with the ball...
So it looks like, okay, that's Vincent. I thought Vincent Abubakar was already...
No, it's a water break.
It's a water break. I was worried that he was already coming on the field.
No. We're very early. Listen.
Yeah, but you need a player. You need a break.
We're looking at 120 minutes, so it's the 30th minute. We have another 90 minutes to play football.
But Chris, the way Cameroon is playing, you need a player of Bakar's caliber because he has got the ability to hold on to the ball without going... Which means that
centrally, to hold the ball centrally.
And that drives the central defender out of position to try and come with him. And that will be able to create a gap behind. And then oncoming legs of...
But at the moment, Magri has not even been serviced to hold the ball in the middle.
That's true.
The ball has been played in the flank.
Yeah.
And by the moment it comes in the middle, it is gone already.
And they are trying to use the wings, Cameroon.
Yeah. They're using Ekambi more often, who is supported by...
you're right.
Gamelo.
Victor Osebe is addressing the team there.
Yeah. No. He's telling them, listen, I'm here to win this thing. There is a possibility of me getting 100 million euro contract.
Euros, yes.
So if I still have a chance of scoring 5 goals here. Emilio is leading the goal scoring charter. You see, the poor men coming from Equatorial Guinea.
I just want you to observe when the game restarts. There's going to be a sluggish of some players. That momentum that has been, cut off because of the water break.
Of the water break.
So you're going to have the team, the players that are coming onto the pitch, warming a little bit, running around to get them their movement and their body temperature at the right time. Will have a better chance of the ball.
What do you guys think about Nigeria's shape, though, defensively?
Well, they haven't been hurt, so which means their shape is holding up. When you don't get to a position behind your back 4,
you see, what Nigeria is doing is simple. When they've got the ball, they transit into 3 at the back, and they get their wing backs to get a little bit upfield.
Cameroon is not pressing.
And then Cameroon is not pressing. Actually, they are standing in the gaps.
They are waiting for Nigeria to play long ball, and then they will not try to win the second ball.
Yes, and when Nigeria don't have the ball, then the formants go 5.
Yeah, they go 5.
5. Okay.
That shows a respect of the opposition that we can get hurt.
Yeah. But I don't think Cameroon has recognized that. They are still enjoying to try and pass the ball and hoping that they will move the bus.
And a bit slow as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Play it in the center.
Thank you.
Play it in the center.
Oh, there's an offside.
I hate offside. Offside is giving the ball away to the opposition. How can it be offside? No, it wasn't.
It was.
It was.
At the end.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
You see, and I told you that's one of the weaknesses. The wingers, I just feel like they can get themselves into good positions, but that final decision, from the likes of Moses Simon, even Alex Iwobi has that problem, is affecting Osimhen's goal scoring,
Look at the number. There are 5 at the back.
Where are you going to?
No, nowhere. He's going to nowhere slowly.
You see, that's the awareness. You have got.
Who is a playmaker for for Nigeria. It's supposed to be Iwobi, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be Alex Iwobi.
But he's not getting
It's
more of
supposed
the
to be-
A playmaker is everywhere where the ball is, looking for the ball.
Yes, but he's also helping out defense.
I think Iwobi has been forced into a defensive position. at this moment
That's
in
what
time.
I was saying.
So now, the reason why you're having 5 at the back, that's why they are sacrificing him to get into that defense. They have to risk. Kong needs to tell him, listen, we are confident enough to hold this, the strikers. Please, don't drop back. Just go upfield. Try to support Osma, because look at that. The distance is covered by Osma. They are too big at this moment in time. He's going to be tired when it comes to...
He's working very hard.
He's working so hard. He needs to try, somebody to get the ball.
Oh, come on, Victor! Nice! Thank you! Yes!
Simple.
Chris,
But Victor
You want to say goalkeeper?
Chris,
what is this?
what do you want to tell me? Chris,
Why do you give the ball away?
Chris,
Look at the way he gave the ball away.
Chris, as a
This
Oh
reminds me
my
of
God.
Rigobert's song against Egypt.
No,
In-
Chris,
in-
Chris. As,
Nah, it
as,
was
as,
useless.
as a defender,
He was a useless there.
no,
Both of them. No, sorry.
As a defender,
No, Odoa and the
no.
defender, both of them.
as a defender, I clean up the midfielder. But look at it.
No, look at here. Look,
No,
tell
that
me.
was good
No.
pressing from Victor.
No.
That's a defensive mistake.
You see, let me tell you something that is very simple. Look at this.
Look at that.
Look at that. That's
Look.
poor goalkeeping. But it starts from a throw-in. You cannot counter-attack yourself with a throw-in. That's very poor. You can't do that. That shows a player who is willing
What
to win
a
the game.
pass.
And that's Osme. Yeah? What a great assist. But the willingness also on Lukman, the willingness to continue running, to get
What
into that
a
position
pass.
to finish. Wonderful.
But you see, do you know where he scored that goal?
He played where the ball is coming from.
Thank
Yes.
you. That
you
it
played.
that was a technical goal.
Yeah.
And that was a team goal.
Oh no, yeah, sure.
Yeah, Victor wasn't trying to.
Did you see where
be
Victor
a
put the
hero.
ball?
Yeah,
He put the ball between the two defenders.
right.
The pass, the weight of the pass, everything was
perfect. But
But for me, it is the finish. When you look at the goal like this, the ball comes across, you think here is empty, let
Yes.
me put. The goalkeeper actually dived already. And
You
he put
play the
back.
ball
Because
from where it's coming from.
recovering. But for me,
Yeah.
simple principles of football. Best football
Yellow card.
principles. It is a throw in. You cannot throw back on your side.
But,
Under pressure, no ways.
but he had enough time for him to kick that ball, like you said, to be stupid, kick the ball away.
but
Yeah, but you see, Chris, it comes back to what I was telling you in this moment in time.
Cameroon won the
The
qualifier.
defenders, Chris, don't trust their goalkeeper. In moment when
No, he was going to the goalkeeper.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's a trust.
In that, no, it doesn't. It's not trust, because in the first reaction, he remembered who his goalkeeper is. Then he hesitated, and that's when Osme found him in possession of the ball.
So far we have a 41% Nigeria with the ball and the 59 for Cameroon and the 3 shots in total from Nigeria.
Oh,
Good attack coming from Cameroon.
That's
They
good.
want to respond very, very quickly, but once again, decision making is not a good one. The 4 players against one white shirt, but you still have to pass the ball. So Nigeria knows what they need to do. They need to put Osimhen in one against one. So let's look at player position here. How Nigeria is playing. They push every single action in the center, and they are playing with the center position. And when they don't have the ball, they've got 5 players, defending in the back. Very, very good one. No isolation at all. Cameroon, they are playing the ball wide. So that gives them a little bit up in the middle of the field.
oh, I know. All right.
For me,
Spread it there. Thank you. Spread it there. Oh, too late. Chris is right about something. Why is it that African players don't believe in
Passing.
once that
passing?
cross gets the ball there, right?
You see, bad cross.
No, there's no bad
Nah.
cross.
They know this goalkeeper.
In football, there is no bad cross. It's the players that have to be in position for the cross.
No, there's a well-measured cross.
No, there's nobody cross. Because any type of cross, as long as, if he scores it, it's a good cross, right? So there's no bad cross. You need to position yourself for the cross to meet you in the right position. But I can tell
Victor
you,
Osimhen,
in this moment in
is
time,
a heat map is showing that he is everywhere.
Yes.
Tolo no, my friend, by the time he gets another break, he's going to get in trouble. No way.
No. Now he gives
Good
away
reaction.
a free kick.
But Chris, that's not
Yes,
a foul.
yes.
He won the ball.
No.
Yes, so
From the
yeah.
back.
Onyeka won the ball.
No. He
His
won the
leg
ball
was
from
in
the,
front of the opponent.
he won the ball from the back.
Hey, they're now in the headmaster's office.
Yeah, I love that's
Adelani final prediction
better.
2-1 Nigeria. And we have, you see, this was not, it took the man and the ball.
and the ball.
Yeah.
And no yellow card comes out.
And,
Well,
and the Timothée Betabayere 2-1 for Cameroon. So at the moment there is one goal. Both of them could be right with the scoreline. Cameroon puffing and playing the ball, but no access into the
no penetration.
so they've got
the box.
0 shot on target where Nigeria have already 3 shot on target, and Cameroon had 1 shot off target. It's supposed to be a cross. I still
Oh,
remember.
what a pass!
This
What
goal-
a
This
pass!
goalkeeper.
He did well there.
He did very well.
Guys,
Because if he used his hand, that was a red card.
guys,
He did very well there.
guys. Guys,
The goalkeeper is suspect, right?
I can imagine myself defending no.
Nigeria, they've made 125 passes so far.
Okay.
Cameroon, 167. 80% of the passes are accurate, and the 77 for Nigeria. Now it went down to 76%. The long ball, Cameroon 31, Nigeria 43. We understand how Nigeria playing. Route 1, they call it, right?
Yes.
Crosses, Cameroon had 1 out of the 5, so only 1 successful crosses. That is poor. Nigeria are not playing crosses because they are playing in the center of football. So they have 2 different teams here. One is playing wide, trying to cross the ball. Another one, they're attacking the ball in the center and trying to get in. And that's how the goal came about. So that is quite impressive, the way the game is playing.
Okay.
So what we're watching here is 49% of the football has been played in the center, and then Nigeria has played 27% on Cameroon side. Cameroon attacking, Cameroon 27%, Nigeria 24%. So that is a big difference.
Chris, one of our viewers is asking us to, explain how the goal happened,
Okay.
right?
But Abaye can take us through that.
No, look, it was a throw-in for Cameroon, and you would expect that they would, they'll go forward. It's only to throw it back to the defense, and you would expect the likes of Breeze and Toro to play back to the goalkeeper very early. But it was the effort, the willingness, and the belief of Osimhen to believe that he can win the ball from the defender, that he pressurized the defender. He lost that footing, and once he won the ball, he was not selfish to go and score. He was able to have a look at Lukman on the run, and just, a well-laid ball. Yes, because Onua was trying to recover, back to try and broke the ball. Lukman played where the ball was coming from,
Yes.
and that's how they ended up getting their first goal.
No, but from a defensive point of view, what could Cameroon have done
Very
differently?
Easy.
Because once the ball was...
Umar, the moment he received the ball, he's supposed to scan around, knowing that the danger man is not far away from me. Let me pass the ball to the goalkeeper to make a distance between him and the ball, and then I am here to shield. That's how defender they go.
But it had to be a well-weighted pass.
Listen, you're a
to the
professional.
goalkeeper.
You're a professional in this position. You have 2 chances. When you pass the ball to the goalkeeper, your
you
body is
give him
there.
option.
You can put your hand like this to block the guy behind you. It's not a yellow card. It's not a free kick. And that's how he's supposed to do it. But what he needed to do, he was still thinking Can I dribble and go back this way, or can I pass the goalkeeper?
Passable.
And then you are talking about
it was caught in two man.
who is behind you?
That's what I was telling you.
Who is behind you?
He's the goalkeeper.
Victor.
Who is
behind
Victor?
him.
You know,
African player of the. Yeah, true.
Let me tell you something. That turn from where I'm seated is a defender remembering that he has got Odoa, the goalkeeper, behind him. He doesn't trust him on the first touch. That's why now he's trying to shift.
He's making a good point. Because he could have made a back pass to the goalkeeper.
My point is simple. I don't say what he's saying is wrong. What is making you believe that the players don't trust him? Because he is their number one goalkeeper.
No, that scenario, for example.
He is not the number one goalkeeper.
It's Andre.
He is in this moment filling up for the number one decision because of what they have encountered with Onana. As simple as that. He's not the first choice goalkeeper. No, he's a stand-in second goalkeeper. Otherwise, if it was the first choice goalkeeper, there was no way Onana would be on a private jet to come to attend the AFCON.
6 minutes of extra time, for goodness sake. Where are they getting the 6 minutes?
A lot. Nigerian players are falling all over the place.
No, but it's not, they're not falling for 6 minutes.
Adlani, you are shocking me because you are leading, but your heart monitor is white up.
How's your heart?
I did my heart monitor.
I'm getting very worried about. By now, you should be taking a drink.
I can't do this, guys. 6 minutes from where?
You can see the 6 minutes.
Have they fallen us?
Another simple basic in defending: don't allow the ball to bounce. Best simple thing.
Don't allow the ball to bounce.
Never allow the ball to bounce. As a defender, you can't do that.
After the goal has been scored, Cameroon has not changed the way they are playing, and Nigeria hasn't changed. Press them, kick them, pressurize them.
But I think you can give it to Nigeria. They are business-like. You know, they know that these defenders are not willing to head out the ball. They want to try and dribble. Force them under pressure. Play a long ball. Let's see if they can head it out. They are not heading it out. They fight for the second ball, which they are willing physically. They are more stronger than the Cameroonian, or they are willing to put their body on the line. And so they are bullying the Cameroonian players off the ball. So the route one is working for them.
Why isn't Cameroon using going through Nkondo more? He created 10 chances
because they want to play
for
wide.
them during the group stages, you know.
Yeah, but Adlani,
there is too much respect in this game.
Adlani, that is an interesting question, but I would like to tell you that Nigeria is doing something good for themselves. That is to pressurize anyone closer to the ball. Put them under pressure. Don't allow them to put their heads, up to watch the opponent, getting into those areas. So they play the long ball. They force the defenders of Cameroon they have failed to head the ball clear. They are always heading the ball into the advantage of Nigeria. So I think route one is working for the Super Eagles at this moment in time.
Yeah, because
it's a tactical approach.
That's right, because the Super Eagles physically, they've really, really been winning this game. So, guys,
By the time he decided to kick the ball, he was under such a pressure.
I'm impressed with the fact that the Nigerian defenders seem to be doing the basics right. They're kicking the ball out when they feel they feel uncomfortable.
When you're a defender, you are keeping the pin code for the central bank, so you don't play around with it. You need to be mindful of that. Such dribbling, you look at how they are sandwiching him to try and win the ball. That, for me,
Tell me, what has been the most embarrassing moment for you as a defender? Have you ever been stripped of the ball at a major game for the Cranes?
I don't remember well. I think the only time I remember, was I think it was against Morocco Swallows, Bloemfontein Celtic.
What did you do?
It was
pass the ball. Why do you control the ball for?
And then it was a brush off onto an own goal.
Oh, you scored an own goal?
Yeah.
How many own goals have you scored?
It was only one.
That he can remember. Only one that he can remember.
One, and
one and a half own goals.
In the whole of my career, I think I got I think I got only 2 red cards.
How many goals have you scored beside your own goal?
I had that, I think around 7 to 10.
Okay.
Oh, 7 to 10 for...
And some of those goals were against the likes of Etafia.
Oh, Greg. Shout out to Greg Etafia, really.
Right now, actually.
Have you realized that Cameroon cannot beat the first man in their crosses?
That's for sure. And 2, I think their crosses are hopeful thinking. They are hoping that it will reach.
Yeah, but is that? But it does not even get there. No, seriously, I'll give you the stats. It is said. It is said when you look at here, and you look at the number of crosses into the box. It's not happening.
I think Nigeria need to try and get the ball onto Iwobi at this moment in time.
No, he's a central midfield. He must look for the ball.
He's really
he's helping the defense out.
Position himself into those.
So
areas.
look at how hard Cameroon is working. Number of tackles more than Nigeria, 7. Number of interception more than Nigeria, 8. Number of clearances more than Nigeria, 17.
Yes.
So their defense is working a lot.
When you've got Osime leading the line, and to the advantage of Nigeria, they are trying to pick those runs into the advantage onto the running Osime. That's why it's very dangerous.
They've got 50% in their dribbles better than Nigeria. Nigeria are not dribbling, but the duel won. You're giving it the aerial duel won is Nigerian dominating. This game, if you look at it very far, you see that it is almost one-sided in many things. In the most important things, it is one-sided.
Oh, wow. Let's see.
Well, it is halftime. It is 1-0 to Nigeria. The score being opened by a beautiful move. That's what you call a striker's move, because it was this man that everybody come to the African Cup of Nations to watch the African best player, and he delivered. He got the ball, he put pressure, and the ball came in. Once he received it, he did not do much. He waited for the 2 defenders to commit, put the ball between them, and Lukman did what we have been told when we were kids: play the ball where it comes from. The goalkeeper, they have no chance of going. So, first half, Nigeria leading by 1-0. When you look at the game in totality, ball possession, it is Cameroon, but tactically, it is Nigeria. The best in defense, and the good when they're attacking. Cameroon, best when they've got the ball, but poor decision making. How do you see the first half?
No, I think Nigeria has come out to get a result, as opposed to trying to entertain. And I think for them, they are business oriented. They are in the business to get into the finals by their display. We are looking at their transition when they have got the ball. They are willing to have 3 at the back, get their left and right full back upfield. For me, it is this relentless desire and passion. They never say the attitude of Osme that is giving them, the belief, because it's tiring the defenders. It's making them work so hard that none of them can have a chance to link up with the midfield to try and destabilize Nigeria. So at this moment in time, if they keep it like that, they will score a second goal against Cameroon, because in the second half you're going to have the likes of Toho trying to try and see if they can move upfield to try and find that equalizer, and that will be a disadvantage to them.
How do you see the game so far?
Okay, for me, Trust Ekong needs to get Magri out of his pockets, because he has pocketed Magri. And now Magri has nowhere to go. He might as well be allowed to use his cell phone on the pitch and call his friends, because he's not allowed to play. Yes, he should call Abubakar.
But then it will be bad for you.
Listen, what Cameroon need to do is they need to get Abubakar into this game. To battle Trust Ekong in the middle of the park, because Trust Ekong is on top of that duel. you know. And I said like there were key matchups in areas of this field.
Yeah.
We saw you know, also up front. I'm looking at Woe. Is it Woe?
Yeah.
Okay. Woe. You know, he's not done too badly against Victor Osimhen too, you know. But I feel like Cameroon need to make a change with this in their striking
Osimhen keeping changing. Sometimes it goes to Christopher, sometimes it goes where Charles is.
Yes.
Beginning of the game.
But I think if Jose is
they
very
need
smart enough,
Abubakar now at the beginning.
if Jose is very smart enough, if you bring the likes of Musa or Ineacho, it saves the legs for Osimhen, so that you can have the best players in other channels, and then you can have more goals. Because now you have got two fast-paced players in the likes of Osimhen and Musa trying to get to that. Once you peg the right fullbacks and the centre halves, they are sitting behind.
Did you say is it Ahmed Musa you talking about?
Musa, yeah. You get
at what age? He should just sit on the bench and pray for the team.
No. Age, there is no
We
player,
don't want Ahmed Musa, please. Don't say that one.
There's no player called age, otherwise he will not make the squad.
Is there?
Well, I think we will continue this conversation. So we are now going to a break because the first half we've seen it was quite hot. We talked about it all the time. Nigeria leading Cameroon by 1-0. It is only 45 minutes. Remember, this game can go all the way to 120 minutes. So nothing has been won, nothing has been lost yet. We've seen both sides. Nobody's really dominating, and you can see tactical play. And it was from one moment of madness that give an opportunity and the perseverance from the African Man of the Year, creating that movement, and the ball will finish. We hear for Timothy Batabaere, the goalkeeping from Cameroon, very suspect. He does not believe the defense are trusting him. And from the Nigerian side, we see that as long as this man, Victor Osimhen, is in the field,
good play.
If he does not score, he will pass. For the first time, I've seen African players in a very, very promising position for himself to score, did not do so by passing the ball. That's what Nigeria is. Don't go away, stay with us, because this is Fut-Afrique presenting Game On. Stay with us so that we can spin together.
are the games that are jumping out at me. Now I must ask you, what games jump out
Oh, one. The super ego
at you? Yeah.
and the lion, indomitable lion. Can you just imagine being in the stadium, watching Cameroon playing against Nigeria?
I'm getting flashbacks of JJ Okocha against Patrick Mboma years ago.
There is nothing about football there. It is a battle.
Yeah,
Everything
rivalry.
you do. And when you watch Cameroon, the last game they played, the way they went through, when you watch how Nigeria celebrated themselves getting there, it is amazing. But for me, the set football game I did not want to watch is Angola, Namibia.
These are the games that are jumping out at me. Now I must ask you, what games jump out at you?
Oh, one. The super ego
Yeah.
and the lion, indomitable lion. Can you just imagine being in the stadium, watching Cameroon playing against Nigeria?
I'm getting flashbacks of JJ Okocha against Patrick Mboma years ago.
There is nothing about football there. It is a battle.
Yeah,
Everything
rivalry.
you do. And when you watch Cameroon, the last game they played, the way they went through, when you watch how Nigeria celebrated themselves getting there, it is amazing. But for me, the set football game I did not want to watch is Angola, Namibia.
These are the games that are jumping out at me. Now I must ask you, what games jump out at you?
Oh, one. The super ego
Yeah.
and the lion, indomitable lion. Can you just imagine being in the stadium, watching Cameroon playing against Nigeria?
I'm getting flashbacks of JJ Okocha against Patrick Mboma years ago.
There is nothing about football there. It is a battle.
Yeah,
Everything
rivalry.
you do. And when you watch Cameroon, the last game they played, the way they went through, when you watch how Nigeria celebrated themselves getting there, it is amazing. But for me, the set football game I did not want to watch is Angola, Namibia.
The Africa Cup of Nations 2023 is certainly the gift that just keeps on giving. Now, this is a competition that is unpredictable. So many upsets are taking place. And the big question that everyone who is watching is asking themselves is what is happening next? One thing that is certain that is still to come up is the round of 16 as we kick-started the competition with 24 teams. 8 have already bowed out. And now we are remaining with the top 16. Of these 16 teams, most of them do believe that they have what it takes to lift the title of being crowned the African champs. Bagaitso dumelang, Lina Lakakitimeleng, Hosekhadia Kabanda. Bienvenue à Fut-Afrique. This is the only show where we talk exclusively African football. And this week, we look back at all the hustle, tumble, and rumble that took place in the opening group stages. We also take a look at the coaches that have already bowed out. But also, we look forward to the excitement and we anticipate as to what's going to be happening in the round of 16. The Africa Cup of Nations 2023 is certainly the gift that just keeps on giving. Now, this is a competition that is unpredictable. So many upsets are taking place, and the big question that everyone who's watching is asking themselves is what is happening next? One thing that is certain that is still to come up is the round of 16 as we kick-started the competition with 24 teams. 8 have already bowed out, and now we are remaining with the top 16. Of these 16 teams, most of them do believe that they have what it takes to lift the title of being crowned the African champs. Bagaitso dumelang, Lina la ka ke itumeleng, Kgosigadi ya Kabanda. Bienvenue à Fut-Afrique. This is the only show where we talk exclusively African football. And this week, we look back at all the hustle, tumble, and rumble that took place in the opening group stages. We also take a look at the coaches that have already bowed out, but also we look forward to the excitement and we anticipate as to what's going to be happening in the round of 16.
Welcome back. This is the second half of this massive game. Nigeria playing against Cameroon. This is Fut-Afrique channel presenting Game On. Stay with us, spin with us as we are watching this game. Will Cameroon spin the result around? They are 1-0 down and it is a big moment. There is no changes. Both coaches come in. They believe which team they put inside there to play for them and to get a result. You still saying 2-1 Cameroon, you are still saying 2-1 Nigeria. The score, we have another 45 minutes and it might go all the way. So far what we have seen in the game, no team is dominating. I think I'm not getting it wrong. What do you think Cameroon need to do in the second half for them to get that goal?
You know, I would love to the early introduction of Abubakar to come into the Cameroon squad, because what you're having in this Cameroon side is that they're trying to play and possess the ball well, but that is not in the third in the last third. So because they don't have a player of Abubakar's caliber to try and be fed into the ball, hold on, and get the rest of the midfielders to join him and try to cause this Nigerian backline of Koge to move, because they are not moving. They are comfortably heading out the ball and tapping, receiving the balls, and converting those attacks into attacks on the other side by playing a long ball to Ashme. Because I think that once they bring the likes of Abubakar, his willingness and eye for goal can do them a good service.
And for you, what do you think Nigeria need to do for them to consolidate this goal?
Keep doing what they did in the first half. I like the fact that it's a good team performance so far. Credit must be given to Lukman. I like the fact that he's coming back to help the defense, because they know that the indomitable Lions, their strength is actually their wing back and their wingers crossing the ball inside the box. They're very dangerous with that, and Nigeria is finding ways of just breaking up attacks, especially from Lukman's side.
And when I look at we have to talk about him because he's the man who's making everybody work there. Victor, the first 2 minutes, it was a tackle from the right-hand side. Now it's a tackle from the left-hand side. Is it a strategy for him to play all over the pitch so that he does not have a man marking?
It's not a strategy, but it's giving chance to the defenders. When the defenders are clearing the ball, they are clearing it in the channels. So his willingness to run onto the ball gives them purpose as to why they clear those balls.
So he's basically giving them options, in left-hand side to the right-hand side.
I would expect the likes of Lukman, Iwobi, to be able to feed into those...
To come into the space as well to get there.
Exactly,
yeah. For me, I think Nigeria is playing it too deep. Even when they get the ball, they're not dangerous because they are very deep from their own side. And for Cameroon, they are still looking for that penetration. They don't have no penetration. So far, they've got no shot on target. Even off target, they haven't got a shot at all.
But you see, for me, at this moment in time, it's advantage Nigeria. They have already got a goal.
Yes.
So there's no need for them to be adventurous at this moment in time. But consolidate what they have got at that moment in time. That's when.
So it is consolidation.
Yes, this is when you play smart. Then at that moment in time when you think Cameroon is trying to attack and try to find an equalizer, that's when that long ball clearance and to the willing Osme to run after that ball. That's how they are getting their goals. So at this moment in time, it's important that now they are focusing on consolidating.
But Tim, if you're a coach, what's going to be a strategy for you to get into a situation where you can have a shot? Because nobody's having Nigerian defense is just allowing no shot. I've seen no Frank Magri having a shot. I've seen no Kudu having a shot.
Magri is in the pocket.
He's in the pocket.
You see,
whose pocket?
Ekong's pocket.
You see,
I think
it's going to be difficult for Cameroon to break down the Nigerian defense because when they win possession,
look at the moment when you're watching from home. Look at the back four line, perfectly positioned. You can actually put a light like this, a laser.
Yeah.
If you pass one player, you are offside.
You know, it is something simple that Nigeria is doing. Once they lose the ball, immediately they shape up.
Yeah.
And Cameroon is playing to their advantage.
Okay. Do you agree what Timothy just said?
About Cameroon playing?
No. About Nigeria. Once they lose the ball, they get to the shape.
Yeah, that's definitely. Yeah, I've seen it.
So how come you say the coach is not good?
he's getting tactical help
from Finidi George.
He's getting tactical help from Finidi George. You know.
Yobi attack the ball, put your body in line.
It was Lukman.
Good cross though.
But
looking for the far post.
Look at that movement of Osme, creating an opportunity for.
Did you see it?
For Lukman.
He actually made Iran the total opposite position. The ball just skid.
Yeah, he should have thrown his body at that ball.
Throw your body there.
No way.
You know,
poor positioning. He's just trying to recover to the ball. The ball shouldn't bounce off you. The ball it should be bouncing onto you. In your picture, that is the. Sheikh Adebayo, you know, some of the African legends, you know, trying to enjoy their football pension.
I like this CAF new approach of break. Pass the ball, you lose it, your team is under pressure. Why Africans
first passes?
Can somebody send the answer to me, please? Why African players they don't pass the ball when they have to, not when they are under pressure?
Chris, it's in discipline. Some of these players are playing in Europe and they don't do that.
No. In Europe, they pass the ball.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm talking about here. We are here.
It is shocking that the same player who is playing in Europe comes here and doesn't want to pass the ball as hard as possible. So for me, I call it indiscipline.
But there is a story about a Nigerian player that everybody is talking about being very selfish. Who are we talking about?
Chukwueze.
Yes. Do you believe that?
Yes, I do. He, holds on to the ball for too long. But I still feel like fans should get behind the players.
Once again, lose the ball 2-0.
Look at the movement.
Look
at the movement of
Free kick.
Free kick, yellow card.
Oh my goodness. Even with a red card, because that could have been a goal.
No. There were players behind.
Just look at the movement.
Each time you have the ball and behind you have that danger man, release the ball.
Yes.
Look at here.
Yes.
Why? You want to cut in the field where you can play the ball. No. Osimhen, we can't talk about his movement. We have to take a picture for a lesson to people. You're going to see his body passing here. That tells you that he is a striker who knows what to do.
Yes.
He makes a run, you go with him, he leaves open here.
Yes.
For me, it's very key. Poor defensive position.
Abubakar warms up.
You lose the ball. You have no business in passing the ball in the middle of your of the park. Why would you do that? And you are not learning the lesson.
You have a line in your left-hand side. Use the line.
And you're a goal behind simply because of your teammate trying to dribble, and then you're doing the same. It's a very disservice,
Decision making by African players sometimes.
Chris, I've already wanted to ask this question. I've seen now these defenders lying down, in every free kick.
Yeah. No, they do that to make it difficult for you to play the ball low because you have to jump.
True.
No, it's true. You have to jump for you to make yourself high. So,
Chris,
how
many years have we watched football? What is it now?
No, because football
Evolves.
They make it difficult for the player who's kicking the ball. Have you seen, since this has started in the World Cup 2018, have you seen a player scoring from the bottom here? It doesn't happen.
It's very rare.
The difficulties become high because you have to lift the ball.
Yes, but you don't want to be lying on the floor if a Roberto Carlos
Carlos
you give your back.
You give your back, so they're going to hit it from the back.
And I'll tell you, I'll tell you the disadvantage now. If the defenders are trying to backpedal in that moment in time, is the one going to triple them and they're going to fall over. So
why they have to backpedal?
What is the reaction is? You are saying he needs to stop, just lying just behind.
No, he's lying so that because what they used, many goals has been scored. Myself, I scored one. I came to kick the ball as if I'm gonna lob the ball.
Yeah.
The defender jumped and I put it here down because remember the goalkeeper where the wall is where the goalkeeper leaves open.
Yeah.
So all I came as I'm gonna cross the ball. I put it down there. The way they're playing now, you cannot do anything. You know what? Cameroon in trouble because it seems like Victor decided to put his second skin. He's running his socks off. I can't understand. Cameroon are so selfish. Cameroonian players are so selfish. They're gonna lose this game 2-0.
Oh.
Good pass, huh?
It was a very good pass. Good the goalkeeper.
This is a mistake. But he's going nowhere. He's going to pass nobody.
No, he's coming back to the areas which is advantageous to Nigeria.
Yeah.
You cannot be dribbling yourself. I call it dribbling yourself.
Out of the game. No, don't. You see, he's keeping saying, be calm. No, time is not waiting for you.
Okay.
Cameroonian players, they've got poor execution. Poor.
Oh.
Simple defending principle.
Very, very good.
Ekong is really playing like Rio Ferdinand. He's reminding me of Rio Ferdinand of Manchester United, how he commands the back line. You know?
You see your player, Iyobi, loses the ball because he wanted to make a difficult pass. He can't complete his pass.
Come on.
No, he's on a dribble. He's going nowhere. Finally passed the ball.
Oh,
good defense. Don't shoot.
You see, as the
I
game,
can tell you if you shoot it, you won't go nowhere because you're in a hurry.
Yes. But as the game progresses, I feel like Cameroon is getting a bit more in the game. It's
You're just being nervous.
No, you are nervous. All Cameroon is doing, they're fighting. They're not playing.
They need Vincent Abubakar's presence, definitely.
You need to separate your emotions to the game we are watching now.
It's impossible to do that. I think this word, I have to go to a football dictionary. It is a beautiful say. I think Coach Tobejan must be recognized worldwide.
Sometimes football will kill you.
He said, football will kill you a real death.
It can kill you a real death.
A real death. Not any other death. A real death.
Oh. This man.
I still remember that day. It was 1-0. Baroka was leading 1-0, I think, and then it became 1-1. And then it went 2-1. In the last minute, I think they scored. Or their goalkeeper scored a beautiful goal. And in the post-match, he actually cried.
Said it will kill you a real death.
Football will kill you a real death.
But do you think Cameroonian football is, they're starved of talent currently? Because,
No.
We're used to the likes of Roger Miller, we're used to Samuel Eto'o.
African football is in trouble. our leagues are dying.
You think so?
Our local.
I think the Nations Cup hasn't shown that.
No. The reason.
Offside.
The reason the Nation Cup has not shown that is because Europe is doing our job. They take any young person and they mold him to a good player.
Okay.
And because he can't play in Europe, he comes back here. When I'm saying young person, I'm talking about.
It's true. We've seen that quite a bit.
No, it is. Let's go. How is the league is happening in Nigeria?
Oh, the league in Nigeria has,
There was a time where there was no league.
Yeah, there was a time where
For a very long time,
Yeah.
Ghana, the league hasn't even started. DRC is the same thing. Cameroon, left and right. And the problem is our national leagues are dying. So when your national league is dying, you cannot have talent being developed because talent get developed by playing week in, week out.
So there's an improvement on Cameroon's defending though, and I think
Nigeria, they are just working their socks off. You can see Cameroon, they can't breathe.
This man must
chasing a lead or chasing a goal in this tournament has been very hard. Huh?
He simply doesn't have the answers to Ekong, you know.
No, he's doing the basics. You know,
he can,
keep at the opponent,
but
area. If they then lose ball, just poke it away to your oncoming teammate to win the ball. That's it. Simple, basic thing.
Good defense.
You see, Moses Simon, the final ball is never the greatest. It's never the greatest with Moses Simon. So what was I telling you about Vincent Abubakar? He's not match fit, so he didn't start the game. But they'll bring him on because he's needed. You know, physically Nigeria is dominating. You know, they need that aerial threat. They need that presence of a strong striker.
But the ball must get in that position.
Yeah, but at least someone that could.
Have you seen even the way Nigeria is playing? Victor is finding his own balls. He's not getting service.
Yes.
He's looking for those balls himself. Play the ball there. Too late.
He's dribbling himself.
He's looking downstairs.
That's a counter-attack.
He's looking downstairs.
Counter-attack. You look at the weight of the ball to Victor.
He's done. He's gonna get it. He's done. He's gone.
Oh, Victor.
I can tell you.
Correct.
I'm gonna tell you, my brother.
DJ Drogba.
Hey, that's Didier.
You know.
He was crying and now he's celebrating.
Where Toro Noah is gonna sleep.
Oh, Victor's giving it everything.
I can tell you.
This is defending.
Where Omar Gonzalez is gonna sleep, my friend.
Yeah.
This is what I call a defender.
This is a real, you know, this is when you're working.
Yes.
We call this work.
Yes.
This is a good defender.
Somebody needs to take out
Gonzalez.
Yeah, I think Victor is tired.
No, not to substitute him. Somebody needs to tackle him.
No, why?
To reduce his pace.
You think so? You
You're
think
intelligent enough as a defender. You have to you look for that opportunity when he's getting into the channel, and you get him on the ball. You throw him down. Otherwise, you're gonna run the whole day.
So you think Sergio Ramos plays for Cameroon?
Yeah?
It's only Sergio Ramos in world football that has mastered the art of taking out players.
And Pepe.
It's only intelligence of a player. You need to recognize. You cannot match him for pace. So you need to slow him down. When he knows your presence in there, he's going to also slow down a bit. But at this moment in time, they are giving him all the free will to run into the channels at all the time at his own will.
Cameroon are getting the ball in the right position, but their decision making is so poor. Like now, release the ball.
Release the ball.
He won't release.
Oh no.
But release to who?
No, the player was there.
Yes.
No, the player, he was in front of him, pushed the ball there.
He was already ahead of him.
Okay, but why did he do that? You want to tell me he did not have an option to push the ball back?
Yes.
That's not even a foul.
No, forget the foul, but why didn't he push the ball back?
They're just playing for themselves. It's as if they are winning. They need to pass the ball earlier. For me, Amor is...
They're going to frustrate Abubakar.
Amor is amazed when they... when you're on the bench, it's like you're on a training session. The amount of time they tell you to go and warm up all the time.
Yes.
And then you get back, you get more tired being on the bench than playing.
Yes.
Poor.
Yeah, but this goalkeeper is coming very softly.
But they did not tell them that when you're crossing the ball, put it in a penalty spot. Why are you putting it to the small box?
Ooh. Well,
But it's a corner kick.
and I think Cameroon shouldn't go with the strategy of trying to play like the ball over the Nigerian defense. What do you think?
Look,
They should try and force mistakes on the ground.
If you're gonna have some goals, you're gonna have to turn the defense.
Yes.
Without turning the defense, especially that one of Nigeria that has got 5 at the back and they are very solid.
Solid, yes.
There's no way. You need to make them face their goal. Try to get the ball behind them. And
Yes.
It's very important.
Look, if Cameroon could keep the score line at 1-0 till the 80th minute, then they have every chance of getting back into this game.
No,
You know?
I'd like now you're analyzing as a supporter of the Super Eagles.
No, but I
if
feel...
they can get the score at the 80th minute, what if they score now?
Oh,
Or in the 70th minute?
Nigeria can afford to lose their goalkeeper. I mean, he's been solid for us, this goalkeeper. Super Eagles
there's nothing
goalkeeper.
there. He had butterfly fingers. That's why he's trying to try and take off the pressure.
Oh, what a beautiful night in Abidjan.
Those are butterfly fingers. You could not hold the ball.
Yes.
So he's trying to take off the pressure of the team, cool down.
No, but goalkeepers mustn't do that because then it's 10 minutes of extra time.
No, they don't.
Just for your...
The goalkeepers are free from that.
But you are raising an interesting point about taking a player out of the game. Have you ever been in a position in your career that you had to take a player out of the game?
It's a tactical approach. They call them technical fouls. You need to go in for that.
Oh wow! So is it to intentionally injure the player or?
It's not to injure the player. You will not even get a yellow card for it. You have to be smart into it. You go for a tackle, don't miss the ball, make it very bold into that moment in time.
Yes. Yeah. Oh no, I mean, the rivalry between these two sides has been...
It's gone.
That's a penalty.
No.
You are conflicted in this.
I just feel like... See.
Good defense.
Very
good.
I'm good with that. Because was good.
Oh wow! If it was a low.
Wanted the touch.
Victor has worked his socks off.
Yeah, but that's what you need from such a player. You need a player at least if he's not scoring the goals, then he can work for the team. Get the team to get over the cross line, and then eventually he'll get his goal. His goal will come.
Oh man!
You see, that's where you put your crossing penalty area, and then you give it in that position so that people can attack it.
But how do you feel about goalkeepers pushing the ball back into play?
Is a new
when they can grab it, when you can grab the ball from the air.
They don't grab anymore. It does not look good in social media pictures.
Make it look good for the cameras.
Look at this, losing the ball.
No, because who was that? He should be substitute. Oh, it's Victor. Okay.
No, it's not.
No, it's Zaidu. Cameroon has broken Nigerian hearts so many times.
My friend, don't start celebrating. It's 20 minutes before until the end of the match,
and
then we have another 30 minutes.
I know, but do you know this is the 25th official competitive match?
Wow.
Between Nigeria and Cameroon. I'm saying competitive.
And what is the stat?
I think Nigeria has won 13, if I'm not mistaken. I'll look through it now. But in 1990, Cameroon prevented Nigeria from going to Italy 1990. You know, because they had an amazing team then.
Amazing.
You know, Roger Miller used to give us the dance moves in the corner there. You know, incredible. And you know, when they beat Nigeria in 1988, it was a young Stephen Keshi that was captain in the Nigerian
Stephen Keshi,
side.
peace be upon him.
Yes, Big Steve.
The general. I love that man.
Yes.
He was my favorite Nigerian player.
So interestingly, 2019, when Nigeria beat Cameroon, we have maybe like 4 players from that squad still playing today. Alex Iwobi was part of that team. Ahmed Musa, who I believe should stay on the bench and pray for the team, was part of the squad. He's another player. Oh, that's
what you do when you get a chance to punch the ball.
But,
you punch it out of play.
Yes.
Why you have to wait before you pass that ball?
I don't know. I think goalkeepers really, if you can hold it, try to.
Make the ball move.
Look.
Why do you have to control the ball?
Don't shoot.
No, pass the ball, but it's gonna wait until they close. Recycle the ball.
Recycle the ball.
And that's the problem. Once they lose it, they're gonna be in trouble.
It is 10. There. No, that is difficult. Here.
The moment they lose the ball, they're gonna see trouble.
Oh. But that's good.
Pass the ball!
Cameroon don't believe in passing the ball.
No.
Oh!
He did well.
That's.
He did well.
Oh!
He did well.
The goalkeeper flattened that player. He's a bit motionless.
No, the goalkeeper is lying. No, did you see? He got the ball and then when he realized the guy is down,
Who's that?
he fell.
He hit him in his head.
Is Nkudu.
He has to get a yellow card.
Oh, wow.
No, he has the ball.
No, I'm saying who is,
Oh, this is a bit concerning.
Yeah.
Nkudu. He's a bit motionless on the pitch there. Oh, but we've seen like some good piece of defending in this game. Oh, it's a head injury.
Yeah, but it was accidental.
Yeah, and that's
He won't catch the ball, and he was protecting himself.
Oh,
And then very bad injury.
It's a bad injury.
Boom. But he hit the goalkeeper as well, huh? He made his,
Yo,
both of them.
and
Well, so far, we're in the 70th minute. The game is still 1-0 to Nigeria. Cameroon have to fight back. And we are looking at very concerned Onana, who does not know what will be happening. But at the moment, we see Boubacar been warming up for a while.
Yes.
He's getting hot because we see him sweating. That is good. And as I'm talking, I think from home, you can see him in your big camera that the men they are waiting for. My only concern about that is, if he comes in, how will he get the ball for him to move forward? Because Cameroon players, it seems like they don't want to pass the ball.
No, we've seen moments of magic in football that one player has single-handedly changed the game. So, like, I'm sure for Cameroonians watching this game, they're hoping he's in that mood. They're hoping that he just has that moment of inspiration that he comes on and changes it.
Remember, Becca is a captain. So the moment he steps on the pitch, there's that rallying call, the drum up from everyone to release the ball, be quicker.
Yes.
You know, be intentional in what you're intending to do. I think for me,
so they are making.
Nkudu getting a yellow card I think is well deserved. Notwithstanding, he's getting injured at this moment in time because just recklessly rammed into the goalkeeper. But for me, at the end of the day, when you get the likes of Becca into the pitch, you need to get to him the ball earlier because
Get in the ball.
earlier because he's going to be surrounded by about 2 or 3 defenders. So the quicker you get the ball to him, the more you it's going to be able to create those chances, play back, spin off the likes of a Kong, and to see how they can get 1 or 2 chances for.
Nobody stood up, and it seems like he is okay, and he's going to continue the game. He's always worried when you see a player at any situation look like he might not finish the game because of the injury. I don't like it.
But I don't believe the Nigerian goalkeeper is really truly injured. I mean, look at him. He's built like a money truck, you know. He's so huge, so strong.
But when you see a player being striped,
yes, so
it's an indication. But
Vincent Abubakar's coming on.
For me, it is his desire and willingness to win.
To win, yes. I mean, you've seen moments like Andre Arshavin scoring 4 goals. You know,
from the bench.
No, not from the bench, but you know, single-handedly taking a game by the scruff of the neck when he
inspiration performance.
Yes, or actually in the African context.
You are talking because you're scared, or is something that you are wishing not to happen?
No, it's something I've seen before.
I know,
like Mohamed Kudus. Mohamed Kudus against Egypt.
Yeah,
he single-handedly, helped Ghana.
Are you trying to suggest that Abubakar has got that ability to
No, I'm saying it depends.
On his head?
Listen, this is a very dangerous striker. And trust me, every Nigerian has their Bibles on top of their TV sets at this moment in time. Because Vincent Abubakar is a very good striker.
My problem for Cameroon, I did not see them create a moment where you can say they don't have a striker in the field. They did not create any moment. They did not worry a goalkeeper.
That's because their striker is in someone's pocket at the moment.
Who's going to take control of Abubakar?
This is not good for Nigeria.
This is not looking good.
This is not good for Nigeria.
Not only Nigeria, but
the knee. Okay. We were wrong. It was the knee.
It was the knee.
Yeah, yeah, he's giving the hand signal, the Nigerian goalkeeper.
Bad moment in any football match when you see a player actually asking to be substituted because of possible injury. It is Mwabili who found himself asking to get out because when he went down, his left knee, it was quite badly
So we were
shaped.
actually wrong.
So we're going to see Paul Onuachu coming in. Not Paul Onuachu. What am I saying? I'll bring a striker in. No, Francis Uzoho. How is he?
The Nigerians are not convinced about his goalkeeping prowess, and now
That's a long time. You're bringing a striker in and you're changing a goalkeeper.
You look worried, but
I'm very worried.
The good news for you, Ade, is that Abubakar takes his rightful position and his armband is donning his armband.
Yes.
So that must make you very nervous at this moment in time because he comes when your first choice goes.
So this man is taking the hope of the nation.
I'm telling you.
He has the hope of the nation
on his shoulders
and legs. Actually, for a player, they're in legs. Huh?
Yes, and this goalkeeper for me has impressed me this tournament. It's been one of the reasons why we haven't conceded many goals. Just that presence. So, Samuel Eto'o looks worried. That's Samuel Eto'o.
The back line is very solid. They have shielded him very well.
The back
just to pick up
the back line.
Just to clean up.
This is the man I don't believe that he should be playing for Cameroon. He is selfish. You cannot believe it. No, it can be. He is extremely selfish. So.
Who is that? Cameroon's.
Cameroon's attacker, number 12.
Yeah, I'm going to find his name.
So, Ekambi.
Nkambi.
So here we're seeing Uzoe, who did not believe that he could play football.
Now.
So you have a goalkeeper coming in.
Yes, and the coach of Nigeria has done the right thing. He's bringing Kenneth Omero.
Good defender.
A good defender,
Great defender
with lots of experience
and the fresh as well. But to go and mark Abubakar, that's a very good. That's a very good strategic move.
But what informs that decision?
That informs
when the defense has been solid.
No.
You see,
and
and
solid with a goalkeeper, a specific goalkeeper.
Yes.
Now you have that goalkeeper out.
Out,
The midfielder
yes.
is out,
yes.
and then so you
So I believe Sanusi
Yeah.
has just been taken
taken
out.
off.
You know, he's taken off a midfielder.
You've
He's-
taken out a midfielder
And he's
bring in a
brought on
defender.
a
So what you
defender.
do now is you have a
Lock
back
up
four.
shop.
You have a back four, not back three. Back four
four.
at all time because you know you have a danger man there. You can double team him, slave a shape. And you don't need anything in the midfield because Cameroon has not shown you anything happening in the midfield.
Just Abeka on the ball.
But you know, I think Jose Mourinho is a perfectionist at this tactic of getting his players to lie on the ground and waste time, but it doesn't always work.
Football
You
has
know?
changed. Huh? You can go down the floor. They will give 12 minutes extra time.
Oh,
You see, Abeka's first touch is causing,
it's causing havoc.
players to fall as like a pack of a sack of Irish potatoes. But at this moment in time, you are getting now Cameroon now getting two at the back, trying to push one central defender getting into the midfield, getting the left and right full back getting deep into those areas.
Cameroon said try to pass the ball, try to dribble the way around instead of passing the ball. We have 10 minutes before knowing who's going to be the second team to qualify for the quarterfinals. If Cameroon stays the way it is, remember, so far, Cameroon, 10 minutes to go, they have not had a shot on target. They did not trouble a goalkeeper, even though Nigeria sent the goalkeeper. They brought a new goalkeeper, and then we hope that Cameroon will do something. Personally, in this situation, I want the game to go to extra time. For football app, that was a dangerous play, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Zomero getting his first touch, and it was a cover-up clearance, which was good enough, For me,
Yeah, I hear Chris saying he wants extra time. No. Let everybody go to sleep. They've all had a long day, Chris.
No, it is a weekend, it's fine.
Oh.
for me, I think the applicability of this Cameroonian team, they
Yes.
seem to be trying to enjoy themselves when they are losing.
They're not enjoying themselves.
Enjoying themselves, they're
you
playing
know?
for themselves instead of trying to show the urgency to try and you're a goal down. Try to get quicker, play quicker, get the ball into turn the defense of Nigeria. Try to make them work so that you can be in position to try and compete.
Yes. So I was telling you that this is the 25th time that these teams have met professionally. Is the 8th time they've met in the AFCON final. And overall, Nigeria has had 12 wins and 8 draws between them. So that's why most people felt like coming into this game, Nigeria had the upper hand, But in the words of my brother Timothy here, it's about who wants it more on the day.
Do you know that Cameroon are 1-0 down? They have not had a shot on target, and they only made one change.
Oh,
So
I
they-
mean,
they are-
who do they have on the bench apart from?
They are not reacting at all in what the situation that is happening.
Yes.
So
And knowing Samuel Eto'o, he's such a winner that watching this, he would wish he could get into the kit and come and help the team.
A wish just remains a wish, There's nothing much you can do at this moment in time,
look at the space. Look at where to pass the ball. You have a player there. You play the long ball. It turns the defense. You have space at the back, but they're still walking with the ball.
So Nigeria has reverted to, don't
He's gonna
cause
try
a
to
penalty.
score. No, he's gonna try to score to shoot.
the ball.
He won't pass the ball. Cameroon, they don't deserve to go through at all.
Yeah.
That was a
They-
play. Anguissa.
It's looking like Nigeria has reverted to a back five at this stage.
Cameroon are showing no initiative to win this game or even to come back to it.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like that's just because Nigeria is too tight defensively.
No, it's just those moments when you shouldn't hold on to the ball, you hold on to the ball. Instead of releasing the ball.
Releasing it quicker.
You know, as a defender, the extra touch you take gives me an opportunity to recover and get into the right position.
Thank you.
So the more you hold on to the ball, you are playing to my advantage for me to get into the right position,
Into the
which
right
I was out
position.
of position initially. So the more they want to hold on to the ball is a problem. Look at that dribble.
Oh, this is nice. Shoot!
No.
Shoot! Oh.
They did well. Very good defense. Very, very well done.
Yeah, but
Nigeria could do with a second goal now.
Nigeria playing much, much better.
you know, but that's the problem. You know, you've got him. Was it Lukman?
Yeah. Once again.
Lukman is now taking away the responsibility of him.
Yes.
He should be able to shoot.
Yes.
And then the rest of his teammates, as many and the like, can pick up the second ball in case he misses.
True.
You are in the middle of the goal. You are trying to, pass on responsibility to somebody else to score. You are in the middle of the goal. Take a shot.
Take a shot. Take a chance.
Cameroon are so poor.
And that is why Nigeria actually hates playing South American teams. Because a South American team, they don't dwell on the ball. It is quick, fast. You think Argentina have time for this?
Cameroon is so poor.
Ooh, me.
It feels like at this stage, Nigeria is playing with 15 men to Cameroon's 11. It just feels like they're outnumbered. That's a professional foul, and that should be a yellow card. Yeah.
You called it.
Who's getting that yellow? Moses Simon. Nigeria need to they need to freshen up their attack. What do you think, Chris? I think Victor.
Whom would you bring? I
think Victor Osimhen's done his job. Moses Simon is now on a yellow card. You could bring in a defender, make it 7 at the back.
No, that's a poor tactic. You have got Musa Ahmed. I'm not sure about Inasho's position. But if
you could even bring someone like Chukwueze, because Chukwueze can, he knows how to keep possession.
That's a barren wall right there, making sure that the ball is shielded. Now look at this.
Come on, pass, thank you.
No, it was too early. He's not aware of where he is at this moment.
Can you see Chris just shook his head? He's tired.
Nigeria got themselves in a very good position once again. Unfortunately, the last ball reached Iyobi, and the Iyobi, we know him. He's well known, but doing the worst thing with the last touch.
But give it to him. His willingness to recover from the ball.
No. When you watch Iyobi playing, he does everything right except the last ball.
Yes.
Except the last ball.
Yes.
You know what I was expecting him to do when the ball come back to him?
Cut it.
To use his
heel
to leave it behind, because the defender went with him and his teammate to come and finish.
You bury chances like that in world football.
He had no idea where he was. Because as the ball came, he thought he's scoring, but the goal was so far.
The clash of bodies. That's good cooling down.
Any team plays against Nigeria plays like this, Nigeria is going to go. So this was my prediction, and I'll continue with my prediction. The winner of this game is going to be a losing finalist or winning finalist.
You reckon?
Yes.
It's the first time you're giving your prediction. We shall take it.
And
but at this moment in time, I think both teams have played poorly.
In this bracket,
both teams have played poorly.
Yeah, true. From the
Explain yourself, sir.
No, from the football we have watched from the onset in the group stages that we the AFCON, the 34th edition has displayed. This has been so much of a cage game that every
it's a knockout game.
Yeah.
Head it. Yep. I've told you people. Oh my gosh. Look,
Why did you do that? Very speechless. Very speechless. I was like, what?
I couldn't believe that you are seeing a goal. And I'm looking at you, you're saying nothing.
oh my gosh. I couldn't believe it was a goal. Because
No, I saw the move.
because I saw Alex Iwobi.
This was happened. It was a long pass wide. It looks like the ball is gonna
That
go
was
out.
Lukman.
It looks like the ball is gonna go out.
Yes.
He continued running and cut the ball back. The moment he
Back.
cut look at the pass. Look
Look
when
at
the
that.
pass comes back.
No one is pressing the ball. No one is
not
pressing
yet.
the ball.
The ball
They're
gonna go
jacking the
in,
ball. Look.
And then look
And
at
it continues.
There. The pass there. It was a bad pass,
Yes.
but he followed it.
There's no bad pass. As long as a player misses the ball.
Was that Lukman? Let me tell you.
There's no bad pass. There's always poor positioning. There's
Oh,
nothing
wow.
to do. There's nothing called a bad
Was
pass.
that Moses Simon?
It was
Dan.
It was Lukman, right?
We are
Was it
not
Lukman?
going to extra time. This game is finishing in the normal time. Nigeria will be facing Angola.
Angola.
So this
So that
is
was Lukman. Oh my goodness. You know, Lukman from afar looks like Alex Iwobi. So when I saw the ball coming, I'm like, Iwobi is going to miss.
no. So
I said, oh no, it's Iwobi is going to
you
miss.
see,
Finally,
before the game starts,
your heart monitor is very fine now.
Yes.
before the game
I've
starts,
called the ambulance that
I was-
They can leave now.
They
I
can
will,
leave.
I will say something about Cameroon when they play against Senegal. One thing
Ivory
that you
Coast. I'm in Cote
No.
d'Ivoire.
no, I'm talking about Cameroon.
Oh, Cameroon. Okay.
Cameroon versus Senegal.
Okay.
I was saying in that game something that you saw. It was their defense. They don't know who to mark, what to do, and everything.
Yes.
And that's how Senegal scored.
Okay.
And that's exactly what's happening here. Senegal scored.
Go for a third.
This is last touch.
Ayobi is useless.
Oh, Alex Iwobi.
That's causing him down.
Did you see that pass?
What has he done?
Did you
Yes,
see the
I
pass?
saw.
He
I
missed
saw.
the ball. He's talking about there is no bad pass, but did you see the effort for your teammate to go and collect the ball? Because no Cameroonian went.
Hey,
with
look
it.
at this.
You see, this is for the 1990 qualifiers.
They are paying
That
their sins.
Nigeria, yes, they are paying for beating us in Lagos in the year 2000.
You see this pass? Look at this pass now. They lost. You know why?
Why?
It took 3 touches before passing the
Passing the
ball,
ball.
giving the opposition a chance to get themselves in a good position.
Get back into the defensive positions. Cover the
Why don't you pass the ball once? Why do you have to take 1, 2, 3 and then pass me?
Pass the ball. So another thing happening in this
That's a
game
yellow
is it's played at a pedestrian pace at this point.
No, it's just tactical game.
Yes,
This is what we call
but
tactical
at this
Yep,
stage,
I agree with that.
Very, very tactical game.
doesn't it feel like Cameroon has given up? Even
Of course, it's gone.
yes,
Do you see the time there?
yeah, but
Think about this. Think about this.
Extra time.
Think about this Nigerian play, right? Cameroon brings a striker. Nigeria takes a midfield off, brings in a center defender, change their shape to 4 at the back, 4 in the middle, 2 forward.
yes,
Guess what happened? Cameroon are chasing for the game. They have to come to you. You open up.
yeah, true. But look at that defensive shape there. That's the Berlin Wall.
You see, the referee is even smiling because
Yes.
he has had enough of
going-
this.
he's going home.
It's like, yeah,
7 more minutes to go.
good touch.
I just have to be on the record. Cameroon had 0 shot on target after 90 minutes of a football match in African Cup of Nations. That is
You see,
the story.
Terrible.
You see,
But you know why I'm not getting excited yet? The dying minutes drama of the group stages.
when it comes
shows-
to 2-0, come on.
No, listen.
Come on.
Ghana versus Mozambique.
Are
What
you
happened?
talking about where is Ghana?
Yeah, well,
I opened the show by saying boys went home. Men are behind. Men will never leave a 2-goal being scored in the last minute. That is set piece. That's going to be an opportunity for Cameroon to have at least something to show up in this game.
There's nothing they're going to show for it. That's Roger Miller in
Hey,
Roger
the
Miller.
legendary Roger Miller.
Roger Miller is feeling.
Frustrated legend.
Roger Miller is feeling what Pele used to feel when he watched Brazil play and they're getting eliminated. People don't understand. When is the last time Brazil won the World Cup?
Oh, it's been a while.
It's
Been a while.
It's 20 years.
It was in South Korea. It was South Korea and Japan.
21 years now.
People
My
don't understand
goodness.
that.
That's 20. That's
22
22 years
Yes.
ago. Oh, and Brazil.
And when the
There
last
is-
one
there- there is
Arsenal
Onana.
won the triple.
There
Yes.
is Onana waiting to take his flight back to Old Trafford.
To Old Trafford,
Yeah.
you know.
You know,
And,
But Onana should have played this game.
no. Onana is a bad goalkeeper.
No, one, I can tell you this. Yes, the executive made to be felt to the detriment of the country. In a game like this one, you play your
Look at
best
it.
player.
Look at
What kind of
You,
a free
you have
kick
a
is
set.
that?
Wait, you have a set piece in this
What
moment.
kind of?
Why do you want to score? Why don't you give your team a chance to fight?
Oh, this is nice. You know, there's something.
No, this is his last game. Huh?
There's something called Cameroonian pepper. You see, where you put, and Nigerians like to cook with that thing. I'm cooking with Cameroonian pepper tonight. You're welcome, guys, to come and celebrate this victory with me.
Oh my goodness.
We'll put
Super Eagle, I beg.
Cameroonian pepper over the Niger.
Is the ego flying?
Super Eagle, I beg.
The super,
Oh,
from Super Chicken.
the indomitable lions were definitely toothless in this.
Super
game.
Eagle.
My man of the match is Victor Osimhen. Who's your man of the match?
I will agree with you. He has worked as.
And you, Chris? Who's your man of the match?
He has really played for the team as opposed to playing for himself.
He's
And,
going to win his second man of the match.
For me,
award.
that has been. For me, his willingness, his effort to try and run rags the backline
Yes.
of Cameroon, making them
Super
tired, getting
ego.
them out of the positions. I think he has been awesome. On any other given day, any coach would really appreciate such workload. He will at least take him out at this moment in time, just as a sign of respect
Yes.
and admiration for the work that he has done. He deserves to be substituted in this moment in time.
Rigobert Song. Has he done a good job with this Cameroonian
he did
team?
nothing.
No, he will tell you. They will tell you that he qualified them for the World Cup at the time when they were least expected to qualify.
Okay,
So he will-
and when they
he will-
went to the World Cup,
Yeah,
how many
he will-
points?
he will-
How many points
He will-
did they
he will-
record?
He will claim that. No, there's a difference. There's a difference to qualify. There's a difference to qualify and then compete. So he qualified the team, and yes, they failed to compete. But so are so many African teams apart from Morocco that gave us a chance to witness an African team in the semi-finals. He's gone.
It's gone.
3-0.
Well,
Hey, 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 hey.
Chris, your first choice goalkeeper.
Oh my God.
It's not only shocking.
That was nearly.
Now they go. Yeah, that's a shock, but there is a communication there.
No, as a goalkeeper, you are the last line of defense.
If the defender called for it, that is it.
It doesn't matter. You are the last line of defense.
That is it.
So the moment you can't leave it for the defender. So I like the way Nigeria is teasing around the Cameroon, the back line,
No, it's finished. The game is finished.
to try and buy time, finish. Giuseppe Pesero now can feel that is a tactical,
Brilliant
astute.
tactics.
My question to you: is this coach a good coach for Nigeria?
No, he was good today. I owe him an apology. Today.
Never-
Look at what he's doing now. Killing the momentum of the game.
Never listen to the fans.
Killing
Their
the
opinions
momentum
doesn't
of the
last.
game.
I don't listen.
Yes.
to
Yeah,
Well done.
Victor, well done. Well done, Victor. Yes, Victor. Now they should just keep the ball in the corner. 9 minutes.
He has been brought in just to shield that ball. That's it. Corner kick. That's what he has been brought in. Specifically,
Oh, man.
specifically just to take a few of those seconds off the clock. and let the Super Eagles go and start the recovery period in anticipation for the bold, skillful players of Angola.
Hey, look at that.
My brother, you're already too near.
Nigeria
On what
should
shoe?
believe, should feel they've got
It's
the
gone.
right to fight for this Africa Cup of Nations title.
From what I've seen
the
today.
bracket favor them.
Chris, their teams when they come in a tournament like this,
They know how to win.
Their worst performance should be in the finals.
Yeah.
So, what Nigeria is doing is expected. So this is expected. So
Against Cameroon.
Their trajectory into the finals. One of them had to leave, and so in this moment in time is Cameroon.
But unbelievable that Timothy was quoted tonight as saying both teams played poorly.
Yes, they did.
And Timothy, I just don't understand
Don't
why.
worry, at the end of the game,
When
This was-
you win
he's
2
gonna analyze it.
when you win in 2-0 doesn't mean you played well.
Okay, we'll hear your analysis.
Because there's a standard you set as Super Eagles. That's what we know.
as the referee blow the final whistle, we can say
shit.
Cameroon is out and Nigeria, the second team to join nobody else than Angola to the second round, which is the quarterfinal, and two of them they will meet. It was a powerful game. It was a powerful rendezvous in African football where we seen some amazing statistics. Let's start with it. What is amazing about this game? We had the 277 passes by Nigeria and the 379 from Cameroon. Out of that, this is going to make you feel very bad about it. Cameroon, big chances created, 0. Big chances missed, 0. Count attack, 0. Count attack shot, 0. Shot inside the box,
0.
no, that was 4.
Oh.
And they've got the 2 shots outside the box, and none of them, it was something that you can say goal scoring opportunity. In the 2-0, big chance created by Nigeria, 1. One big chance created by Nigeria.
And converted.
Counter-attack, 1. Inside the box, passes, shot, 5. You say the game was poor. Explain.
No, from the look of things, you could feel like when Cameroon started holding on to the ball and trying to pass around the ball, you would feel that they'll get the last pass to try and move the Nigerian pass. But it turns out that they were enjoying themselves, just watching themselves to play around. So they never turned the Nigerian defense to make them face their own goal.
So decision making was poor.
Very, very poor. And
From Nigeria's side?
And there was no intention. Nigeria knew what they wanted. They didn't mind to sit back, wait in that moment when they were able to
But why
win
do you
the
call
goal.
it poor?
I call it
If they
poor.
knew what they wanted to do, they get the result.
I call it poor because they just came to try and scrap out the game, and they did not show the intention to.
They did not
play.
create chances. They did not go inside the box. Because the start does not lie, my friend. They did not do it.
No, they did not do that. But what they did to their advantage is how to get, the
goal.
3 points.
Yeah,
and that was
which was put pressure on the defense.
That was simple. The more they attack you with small balls, they're gonna come in numbers. Once you win the ball, don't play within the same area like Cameroon was doing. Play long ball. They have the likes of Osme, who is willing to run his socks off. He was running into those channels, making those clearances to look like their passes actually. Turn them into opportunities. And that's exactly what happened on the first goal. Pressurizing the defender, winning the ball, and setting up Lukman for the first goal.
The best performance in the field from both sides is by one man, Odela Mola, Lukman. What do you think of the game?
Okay.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
You say I wanted to sing a song by David.
Sing.
You know?
Sing.
Have you heard it?
I want to hear a song
If
from
I
Adrian.
tell you, say I love you. Hey, 30 billion for the account. Have you heard that song?
I'm hearing it.
Oh, guy, I'm so happy. Let me tell you,
Let me break it down. I don't know the game this man was watching. A poor game. It was a professional, tactical masterclass from the Super Eagles.
From a poor coach.
No, well, let me tell you, he used to be poor, but I
Poor before the game.
Let me tell you, it was poor before the game.
You're a typical fan. No wonder the ambulance is outside.
Let me tell you,
Yes.
no, the coach impressed me today. And
After the 90 minutes.
let me tell you,
Explain to me why the coach has impressed you.
Okay. Now, listen. I blamed him that at key times of the game, he wasn't making the right substitutions when our goalkeeper got injured. His moves after that, I don't even know whether that's coming from him or the technical team behind him. Maybe
But you are impressed by the coach.
But let me
Who
tell
selects the technical team?
Wait. His moves after that to bring
Should
in
he get fired?
Kenneth Omero. No,
Not
after
yet.
today, it is sweet me. Kenneth Omero comes on and he brings on our second goalkeeper that we're not too
Sure.
sure about.
But the wall protected
The
him.
wall protected him nicely. And then to kill off the momentum totally, takes off Victor Osimhen, brings in, this is what, I want to see more of this from the coach.
So this is what Adelani is
A
playing.
good team performance, great team
A
performance.
great tactical approach from the coach.
They played as a team today.
The goalkeeper gets injured.
Yeah.
Take the goalkeeper out. Put a new goalkeeper. You need to bring some insurance.
Yeah.
What do? You move from 3 at the back to 4. You bring in another center defender, sacrifice a midfielder.
Yeah.
You know why he did that? Because until the 80th minute, there is nobody from Cameroon who penetrated Nigerian's defense.
And there was no possibility of that.
Well, the possibility, if they move the ball, at least they could have every possibility. Nobody moves. You look at Cham, you can't even see that he played football. I don't even see him.
Yes.
He is rated at 6.7. You look at Front Oguisa, you don't see him until he made a foul.
Yeah.
You don't see that he was playing. And look at Gamelo, you can't see Gamelo. None of them you can see. Nukutolo, I didn't even see him in the field.
Even Magri.
Magli was in the pocket. We could not see him because he was in the pocket. That is illegal. You cannot put somebody in the pocket. So, bottom line, for me, this game was not a poor game. It was a tactical game. It was a cup game. You lose the game, you go home.
Yes.
And then you play poorly, you might find yourself in the 90th minute. So, finishing the game now, knowing that the team that you might play against, because the first game did not go to extra time, you don't want to spend too much energy. You need to be in a good position. Cameroon, they did not know what to do in this game.
No.
Individualist, selfish, poor decision making, poor attitude, and to make it even worse, poor goalkeeper.
Yes.
So that even
was
make it
shaky.
worse. So
I'm glad you acknowledged it
I did.
as you close the
as we are looking forward to tomorrow's game, which it is another massive game that we'll be watching. What can you say about today? What we have seen, the 2 games that has been played. The first game 3 goals, the second game 2 goals, 5 goals in 2 games. African Cup of Nations still bring us goals. What can we say?
Well, for me, we're definitely separating the lions from the mice now. We're definitely separating the pit bulls from the poodles now. And I felt like the way Cameroon progressed to the next round, they also came through the back door like the host nation. They were not that great.
Yeah.
Let's face it. In the
They
group
had one
stages.
extra game.
Yes,
And they let it go.
You see?
Yeah.
And also, they depended on other teams in that group not being exceptional. So all I'm just saying about today's game is the better teams won.
The better team won.
And
Is Nigeria back to being a super ego again, do you think?
no, I mean, we shouldn't get too excited because, I've noticed over the years that this team have a bad habit of underestimating their opponents.
So-
and I'm worried against Angola, they might underestimate them.
So
And-
let's just give you the idea what it is in this bracket. The next game for Nigeria, it is against Angola.
Angola.
After that, in the quarterfinal, they will meet one of these 4 teams. Cape Verde, Mauritania, Morocco, or South Africa. So you can't want anything. You have no right to want anything. But tomorrow, but tomorrow we have another affair before we go up. Beautiful. So tomorrow before we go tonight, let's talk about tomorrow very, very quickly.
No, you can't talk about tomorrow, Chris, because it's already tomorrow.
Okay. Let's talk about the game that we will see today.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. So, Equatorial Guinea, prediction.
Equatorial Guinea will take it.
Equatorial Guinea will beat Guinea.
Another
Great.
goal by Emilio.
Egypt, DRC.
Egypt.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching us. We thank you very much for joining us. But don't forget, while you are watching us, put in your clock, alarm, everything. Saturday, 1:30 to 2 o'clock. That is Fut-Afrique. 2 o'clock to 2:30, it is Game On. Those are the shows brought to you by Fut-Afrique Production, because this is Fut-Afrique bringing you Game On. Don't forget to come and join us so that we can spin together. Captain, it was great being with you.
It's always a pleasure.
A Nigerian man,
Nigerian,
congratulations.
they carry last.
But
My people. My people.
If you continue,
My people.
if you continue winning, you might meet South Africa. And remember,
I don't want.
you keep in talking that the only reason South Africa won the AFCON is because you were not there.
We were not there in
So
1994. Thank you.
be careful.
But how can you win when you're not there?
Until next time, we say au revoir.
The Africa Cup of Nations 2023 is certainly the gift that just keeps on giving. Now, this is a competition that is unpredictable. So many upsets are taking place. And the big question that everyone who is watching is asking themselves is, what is happening next? One thing that is certain that is still to come up is the round of 16. As we kick-started the competition with 24 teams, 8 have already bowed out. And now we are remaining with the top 16. Of these 16 teams, most of them do believe that they have what it takes to lift the title of being crowned the African champs. Bagaitso dumelang, Lina Lakaki Tumeleng, Hosekhadia Kabanda. Bienvenue à Fut-Afrique. This is the only show where we talk exclusively African football. And this week, we look back at all the hustle, tumble, and rumble that took place in the opening group stages. We also take a look at the coaches that have already bowed out. But also, we look forward to the excitement and we anticipate as to what's going to be happening in the round of 16.